Hello, everybody. Hope everyone's having a fantastic
Casual,
day.
Ronnie. I got to button this up.
Show everybody.
Too much skin right there.
Fired.
That's a picture right there.
You already making this about you?
I didn't do this.
Your
Wrong
first
show.
words?
Wrong
Ronnie
show.
did this.
Not yet.
You've been talking for 30 minutes, and then as soon as the camera comes on, you become a victim.
Well, showtime.
Glad everyone's here. We're going to get started here in about 7 minutes.
What college football questions you guys have? Me and Chris can answer anything you need.
T-Fred, McGinnis at 3-0, about to be 4-0 after this week.
I'd hope so.
Then it's downhill from there, right, Phil?
Carroll's the worst team in Kansas. Huh?
Then after that, they can get the 4 wins. They're going to lose every game after that, right?
Yeah, they're going to go on 06 run. Phil's going to be proven right. And
All's right.
all's right. Duncan's going to beat him by 2 touchdowns.
Grand over. Good evening to my only true friend on the show, Chris. Good to see you, Grant. Grant says, "Wow, I'm not in that picture. Ouch." Yeah,
Where am I? What
we had you on the broadcast.
What happened to Grant and I's relationship?
Well, he didn't come see us. And did he come to the press box?
Yeah.
He did?
Mm-hmm.
I was gone. I was working. Missed him.
I was in Dallas.
He's
Grant.
mad.
I had responsibilities to my wife.
I went down and seeked him out.
Did he bring cookies?
No, he's a visitor.
Did he bring Sancho's?
No, he's a visitor.
Hell with you, Grant.
That's why his car broke down on the way home.
Oh, yeah.
Not his car.
It's called Karma.
Yeah.
The bus?
The truck. Yeah, the SUV.
No. Did it really? That ain't no good. That's a real problem.
Oh, he is in the picture.
I see him.
See the skinny man right there?
Yep, I see him. No, he's one over. No, other way.
way, yeah, right there.
No, back to your right there. That's Grant. I'm saying no. Over over this way. Over this way. Go over. Right there. I think that's Grant. Pretty sure that's Grant. Thanks, Grant. I appreciate it. My heart was heavy there for a second.
I know.
I do too know who you
I
are.
pointed to the right one.
That's a terrible picture.
Him. That's him.
That's a great picture.
You can't see their face.
That's what makes it great.
That's not the point.
Okay, now you're laughing at me. I mean, that's how the whole evening's going to go.
You're just saying things out loud. That's just not.
That's what I really think.
Okay.
I mean, censoring me now?
Dallas, we let Edison score. We're not that good. I agree, Dallas. Maybe I'll know more this week. I don't know about you guys yet. Forgiveness is there for Grant.
Good.
He's the far left one.
Okay.
Phil doesn't know who I am.
That's my defense. I can't see anything beyond 18 inches.
Show actually has real football knowledge on it tonight with a Titan in the house. Yep.
Yep, does.
We got.
He knows a little bit about football.
Nothing but respect there.
Get this off of there. I gotta get that fixed. So, yeah, we'll have Coach Dunn here in a few moments. Assuming he hasn't backed out.
Oh, boy.
I sent him a text message. Like, hey, if you don't mind lowering your standards, would you like to come on the show? Wow. Duncan has a parade, homecoming parade.
At night?
30 minutes. 6:30, Wednesday night. Wow.
That's why nobody does it like Guthrie.
Yeah, Guthrie is the standard homecoming parade.
Oh, we have the best homecoming in the state of Oklahoma.
I mean, your opinion, Phil.
Oh, it's going to be like this.
It is your opinion.
It's your opinion, too.
Well, I don't know that. I've only been to mine. I've only been to Guthrie's.
It's the only one you've ever been to?
I've never been to their homecoming.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I am the only one in the room that would have had probably a different homecoming experience.
Parade-wise.
Yeah, or just like daily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't let those kids out of school on Friday. They do a homecoming parade on Wednesday night.
Yeah, in Guthrie.
That is so weird.
At Guthrie, schools are out at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
For the parade.
That's weird.
My little hometown in Kansas does a nice job. Homecoming, nice parade, all the festivities throughout the day.
Dallas patting himself on the back. I will say I'm glad my source at Jinx was right about the Mustang quarterback. Yeah, we'll be talking about that here in a little bit. We had to move it Friday because it's virtual. Yeah, Duncan's a 4-day school week.
Oh, smart people saving money. I like 4-day school weeks. I think that's smart.
Well,
That's why we're 50th in the nation, Phil.
Okay.
everyone has different opinions. It's all fine.
That's the reason.
Well, yeah, that is weird to have a homecoming like on Wednesday night. Yeah,
Well, to me, that's an even better reason
more people.
to do it on Friday.
Yeah.
No, I would think if you playing the other side,
Yeah.
there would be more. I would think more people at a night parade on a Wednesday night. You got, of course, you got church. I think Thursday night would be
Church,
better
yeah.
night.
Thursday night would be
Thursday
better.
night would probably
Wednesday
be
will
better.
not work here.
No, not Guthrie. No. Well, it's not only church, but they got a
Minute
high
15.
school huddle they got to compete with.
It's called Jesus.
Well, and the good thing about this show is if you do the Jesus route, the replay's there. You do both. Parade, you got to pick one.
Jesus is everywhere, guys.
It's true.
That's right.
Just a building.
Leslie in the house.
I don't know where she went last week. You guys pick the same games again?
No, I learned my lesson the week before.
Okay.
Gave Leslie a shot. She blew it.
3-7? Oh, it's 4-6. Yeah.
Yeah.
This off your 4-6 night. That's good.
Well, yeah. I mean, I spotted you guys a little bit. I feel like I'm catching my rhythm now. Looking for at least a 9-1 week this week. Building up to a perfect week, of course. Oh, Leslie went 8-2 also. Did we pick the same last week?
Sure seems like it.
Dallas says their homecoming parade starts at 3 on Friday, ends at stadium for a tailgate for the game. Oh, wow. So in Guthrie, they'll have the parade, was it 2:30?
I think that's right.
2:30. Yeah, I think it's 2:30. And then the Hall of Fame reception is at 4 o'clock. And then the tailgate starts about 5:30. We go on the air at 6:30, kickoff at 7.
It's a psychotic
Well,
day.
and don't forget the alumni assembly is at 9 a.m. at the high school.
Yep.
Who is Guthrie's homecoming this year?
John Marshall next week.
It's next week?
Yeah.
Holy crap. What about the road?
Yeah. New route.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Were you not at lunch? No, you weren't. Yeah.
What's
I didn't think about it until it came up at lunch. I was like, oh yeah.
what's the route?
To be announced later.
To be determined.
Nobody knows.
I'm trying to figure that
It's
out
going to
right
be.
now.
I think it's going to be Harrison. A part of it's going to be
Maybe.
Oklahoma, then jog. I think to Harrison.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Showtime. Hello and welcome everybody inside the High School Huddle. It is Wednesday, September 17, 2025, week 3 of the football season. Glad to have you. Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans with you, taking you up to the next hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depends on how good it gets. And had a lot of great games in week 2 of the football season. Week 3 is here. A lot of great games. We'll have the top. Sorry. Go ahead. So we have good audio here.
I apologize. It's my first time doing the show.
We got the top 10 games of the week coming up here in just a few moments. We will debut the new top 5 high school huddle rankings as there have been some changes. And coming up here in a few minutes, we will be joined by the head football coach of the Carl Albert Titans, Coach Mike Dunn, will spend a few minutes with us. And I guess here in a little bit, some coaches, the Oklahoman, our buddy Jordan Davis, who we've had on the show multiple times and will continue to have Jordan throughout the season, did an article today for the Oklahoman, and they asked coaches, it was anonymous, should the OSSAA be, what's the word for it? Gone away.
Banned.
Not bad.
Banished.
Not banned. The word is
Oversight.
disband.
Disband.
Should they be disbanded? There's some coaches. We'll have that a little bit later on the show.
Wow.
And some anonymous coaches. Of course,
they're not. Yeah,
you got to be anonymous.
Oh, yeah.
You just can't go out and
Well,
say,
you can.
You can if you.
not very smart.
I mean, if you're going to say, just say it.
Wouldn't be very astute.
Would not be very, very astute at all. So, so I think we can get, this will be a short segment here at the beginning until we get Coach Dunn here in just a few moments. So Week 1, it was Washington losing their 45-game winning streak, which was the longest current 11-man win streak. Tipton had the longest 8-man winning streak until last week when Hollis beat them 36-34. Of course, Tipton, I think, has won the last 3 state championships. Hollis is a Class B1 school, and Tipton had a 43-game win streak snapped last week. Gone. So week 1, Washington. Week 2, Tipton. Carl Albert, week 3, Stillwater Pioneers, top 10 game of the week. I don't know. I don't know. We will be picking that game here in just a little bit. So
whoever I pick's probably going to win that game.
So what we'll do is we'll talk to Coach Dunn. We'll let an hour go by, and then we'll do our top 10 games.
Yeah,
we'll give some space.
Yeah.
Can we block him afterwards?
Don't give your pick away.
Are you picking Stillwater Field?
Oh, I don't know.
Carl Albert won this game a year ago.
30-0.
Yeah.
After
Domination.
dominated Tulsa Union.
That's right.
Deja vu all over again.
Yogi.
So we'll have that here in just a little bit. So, a couple of win streaks have started up. So now, Carl Albert, 41 win streak. We mentioned his longest win streak last week. Of course, that's for 11-man football. Tipton had the 8-man, but now overall, the state 8-man or 11-man, it is the Carl Albert Titans. So a lot of great games this week. Kelly Davis, good to see you back on the program. Ready to watch Rejoice Christian and CHA, Christian Heritage Academy. I don't think they did not make the top 10, but that will be fun to watch. Dallas says he's gone 8-2 in all 3 weeks of his picks.
It's pretty standard. That's pretty good.
Front runner.
That is really good. So Grant Oliver said, love the new telestrator on the stream the other night too. Yeah, appreciate that. It was we had been working on it for a little bit. We wanted to debut it last year during the state basketball tournament, but too many moving parts to make so we were able to debut that. And so we'll be able to hopefully have that state championship games, and really, I know some of the basketball announcers are really excited to have that.
How hard is that to do?
It's not too bad. It's all about networking to make sure it works on different devices.
Yeah.
So, but it was a great thing to have on there.
It looked good. I know you shared some of that on one of your posts. And
yeah,
Scotty Boy did a great job on that.
Yeah, I think he's drawn up a few plays before.
A few plays, yeah. No.
So, thank you to our sponsor here, our title sponsor, Red River Roofing, once again this season, along with our other great sponsors. And we'll have those folks here in just a few moments, including Mosquito Authority, Ronnie.
That's right.
Yeah,
Mosquito Authority.
But it'll be a fun show because I think we got a lot of great performances last week. Guys, Tulsa Union, what was it, 34 to nothing at halftime?
Too little.
34-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What's going on over there in Union?
They have
Not much.
They have 2 guaranteed wins this week against Santa Fe and Westmore. After that, they can win them, but there's some tough ones left.
Yeah.
So
there's something. I mean, it's crazy. It's not the Union everybody was used to.
Yeah, it's it will be. It's. Whew.
We'll see Coach Graham. See, make that money. See if you're gonna earn that paycheck.
Is he missing Wausau right now?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he was able to go back to his alma mater.
Yeah, I know. I get all the reasons.
Long term,
And listen, it's not his first rodeo. He knew what was there.
It just goes to show you got to have a quarterback.
Well,
they got 2 quarterbacks trying to find it. Oklahoma Sooners didn't have a really great quarterback, and a year later they have a quarterback, and now look, it's a 360. It's really about the quarterback.
Weren't they one of the kids, the kid that was a really good 5A kid that moved to
Skylar Mormon? Yeah, Collinsville.
Well, he knew what he had when he went there, but it's a transfer. Those kids might have left.
That's true.
So,
that's very true.
He might have had an idea what was going to be there, but then he doesn't know what's going to be there but come July 1st.
Yeah, right. And darn sure September 1st, right?
Yeah.
We'll go over some individual performances, but KD Jones in that victory over Union, 48-30. Again, it was 34-0 at halftime. It was over by halftime. He passed his dad on the all-time Jinx rushing record. He's now 8th all-time, so congratulations to KD Jones.
So KD Jones, with the career he's had, is 8th all-time.
At Jinx, yeah.
That says a lot about the running backs they've had at Jinx.
Coach Tremmel did a great job.
8th. Wow.
Yeah. I want to say congratulations to Cashin's head football coach, Lynn Shackleford. He picked up his 200th victory over this past week to become Oklahoma's 50th coach to do so. And he did that in 19 seasons. Only 6 coaches have made the 200 victory plateau before the 20th football season.
That's a lot of W's in a relative. I mean, 20 years is a long time, but do the math. I mean, that's a lot of winning seasons.
Yeah, it really is. So congratulations to him.
It's outstanding.
We have some great performances coming up here and that we will spotlight. And make sure Lincoln Christian, they've now won 31 straight. They had a close game over Shiloh Christian. That's been a fun series between those two programs. This one was in Arkansas. Carter Rickey, 20 of 26, 170 yards and a touchdown. And then he had 133 rushing yards on 8 carries to go with 3 touchdowns as well. So he had quite the performance for them. So I think if we can we probably hit our opening break here. See if we can connect with Coach Dunn, who's supposed to be dialing in here pretty soon. I'll get the computer just to make sure everything is okay. Perfect. So Coach Dunn has made connection. So we'll get him here in just a few seconds. Again, I think what I will be really interested to talk about and get everyone else's opinion after we talk to Coach Dunn is our big topic tonight is coaches confidential. Should OSSAA be disbanded? Local high school coaches answer. That's our friend Jordan Davis with the Oklahoma with that article. So
that's a scary question considering who they asked.
Yeah, and it's football coaches, it's volleyball coaches, and I think in softball coaches all answered. And they have them all on here, and we'll go through those, and then we'll kind of break it down a little bit as well.
Good. Now, who would make that decision?
Yeah.
It'd be the administrators.
It would be the board of directors ultimately making the vote, right? Yeah. Unless the state legislature got involved and did that. Just to give it away a little bit, if they go away, somebody else has got to come in.
Somebody's got to come
Someone
in.
else.
We'll let the coaches do it. They'll be fair and balanced.
Yeah. So,
sorry.
What are we thinking here?
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's
crazy.
It is. I'll save it for a second. I don't want to go off here this fast. So, we have the top 10 games. There's some great games that not in the top 10 this week that we'll go over here in a little bit. By the way, Douglas wins the Soul Bowl over Millwood.
Yep, saw that.
Millwood, man. They're young, and they had some players transfer out.
Yeah.
It's Douglas, remember, they couldn't win a football game.
Couldn't win a football game.
They were bad. And now
they were good back in my day.
Oh, they were. No, they were. No, absolutely they were. So we'll talk about that game here in a little bit. Bishop McGinnis, we'll talk about the Fighting Irish here in a little bit. By the way, Bishop McGinnis had Guthrie and Shawnee Junior High football team show up to their field last night.
Oh.
So I hope T-Fred's not in charge of scheduling.
Scheduling problem.
I hope that T-Fred's not in charge of scheduling with the two J-High teams showing up at the same time. So
what are we doing?
What do we do now? So, all right.
Where'd you get this cool picture from? Talk about the picture real quick.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. I'm still waiting to see Coach Dunn pop on here in a second. We got a break to hit. So the first week here on the High School Huddle, we are really want to showcase our great photographers around the state of Oklahoma because, to be honest, when you watch the game on Friday night, they're great. But in 10, 15, 20 years, it's photographs. It's the streaming that really you go back on and look at things. And this is a photo behind us of an extra point. This is in Guthrie. In the background, you see the Duncan Demons. And Guthrie displayed their brand new LED lights. They look great, by the way. It's much brighter and much more efficient. So Guthrie is leading 41-10 late in the fourth quarter, and the lights, and they score a touchdown. Like, oh, where are the lights? There's no lights.
They flashed the baseball lights first.
They flashed the baseball lights on first, and then the lights were on, and the flashing blue and white, and the official whistled it in, said, "Let's go." And so they snapped it, they held it, and they kicked it with the flashing lights going on at the same time. And the kick was good.
I like to believe if that had been a tight ball game, the officials would not have blown it.
I would certainly hope so. Yeah. So that is that photograph there, and that tonight's photograph is presented. Big thank you to Brett Tennyson Photography, capturing that moment there. And that is just a cool photo of the extra point in the LED lights. It was crazy.
Everybody automatically says, "Man, what a great job by a kicker! What a great job by the holder!"
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's the toughest part.
Right.
Even the snapper. I mean, does the snapper even see him?
Man,
So a couple of weeks ago, we were able to have Hunter Shepard Photography's photo up there. Last week was Blake Seal Photography, and this week is Brett Tennyson Photography. Actually got a couple more photos as well. We went with this one, but the one I did get, I think, will be in the running for a little bit later on this season. So if you have a photographer that you're proud of and he has a great picture, we'd love to have it here on the High School Huddle. We will put it back here and just message one of us. You can message the High School Huddle on Facebook Messenger as well. That's where a lot of these today was a personal one for me. But anyway, let us showcase your photographer. We're glad to get them on there. So go by and to like their pages. Hunter Shepard Photography, Blake Seal Photography, and Brett Tennyson Photography. I see Coach Dunn on the screen, so let's take our opening timeout. When we come back, we talk with the Carl Albert head football coach, Mike Dunn, and those Carl Albert Titans. This is the High School Huddle presented by Red River Roofing.
At home, the office, or your commercial building, you want a professional roofing contractor you can trust. Red River Roofing Siding and Windows has been the Oklahoma leader in residential and commercial roof repair, maintenance, and replacement for over 2 decades. Partnering with the best manufacturers to offer the best roofing systems with the best warranty protection and the best financing plan in the industry. Avoid the high volume of underqualified, untrained contractors and call Red River Roofing Siding and Windows today.
Mercy Hospital Logan County is here for you with our new Senior Life Solutions program designed specifically for older adults facing challenges like depression, anxiety, and grief. In partnership with Senior Life Solutions, Mercy Hospital offers compassionate, evidence-based mental health care. Our team are ready to help you or your loved ones improve their mental well-being. Call 405-260-4173 today to learn more of how Senior Life Solutions can make a difference.
Exxon was founded by 2 combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Louis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Louis Turney a call at 282-7600.
For centuries, it was a windswept prairie until the run of '89 saw settlers scramble for land and life in a newborn town as Oklahoma's territorial capital, Guthrie. Bank First is loyal to the preservation movement that reclaimed Oklahoma's first state capital. And we're loyal to the banking legacy born at the corner of First and Oklahoma streets. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
At Mosquito and Pest Authority, our job is to keep you pest-free. Our signature mosquito control service and pest-proof barrier 360 service ensures that you aren't bothered by mosquitoes outside or pests inside. That's right, 2 brands, 2 services, only 1 visit needed. Don't believe us? We guarantee it, or we'll come back at no charge to you. No mosquitoes, no pests, no contracts, guaranteed. Call Ronnie and Sarah Phillips today at 405-916-0471. Welcome back inside the High School Huddle, getting set for week 3 of the football season. It's almost crazy. We're just a few weeks away from being halfway done. Jeez. It goes by so fast.
I told you we would be saying that with just like that.
So crazy. This is the end of non-district week, so all the non-district games for the most part will be done. And so district games will be popping up here pretty soon across the state of Oklahoma. So it will be a lot of fun. Coming up here in just a few moments, we'll have our top 10 games of the week. We'll We'll have our new top 5 high school huddle rankings, and we'll have some other topic as well. We'll take a look at some great performances by student athletes as well as some team performances as well. But first, let's bring in our special guest tonight, the head football coach of those Carl Albert Titans, Coach Mike Dunn, as they have a big one this week with the Stillwater Pioneers. Coach, thanks for spending a little bit of time with us tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for having me on.
Absolutely. Okay, Coach, I'll have the hard-hitting question for you to begin with. Last year, your Titans were 14-0, 8 shutouts, did not allow more than 14 points in a single game, outscored opponents 697-53. Did you play the replay of me picking Collinsville to win the 5A state championship for the motivation for your Titans last year?
Yes, that's what spurned it. All the success was based on that pick early on, so thank you.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah, now, Coach, thanks for being on. I want to first recognize.
We apologize.
We apologize for Chris.
We apologize.
We were with you the whole year, baby.
Never any doubt.
Thank you guys.
Never doubted it. Hey, real quick, I just want to acknowledge this. I mean, we talk about this all the time, and I know you're a humble guy, but, man, 5A football, it's all about Carl Albert. It goes through Carl Albert. I know coaches hate it when people say that, but just the incredible program you guys have there at Carl Albert, just congratulations. A lot of respect from all of us. You guys do it right over there.
Well, I appreciate you, and that means a lot coming from you guys because there's nobody that studies it and talks about it and puts the time in, and the platform you guys have and everything you do. It's unbelievable. You know, I'm good friends with Coach BB, and I tell him all the time. You know, he always talking about film. I'm always telling him, you got the best film crew in all of Oklahoma. And all we got to do, if we want film, we just go watch all 17 angles of little guys. So,
so BB hates that, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. It eats him up. That's why I do it.
It does.
Coach, you've had to ask a lot. You've had to answer a lot of questions, the same questions over and over and over. And then Washington loses their win streak, and Tipton loses their win streak. Now you have the 41. Now you have the longest current win streak. It just adds on and on and on. My question: how much? I mean, you have to do so much X's and O's, but being the head coach of Carl Albert, you have to manage so many different things with your kids and with your program. Just talk about that a little bit.
Well, you know what's great is I haven't heard our kids say anything about the win streak. I haven't heard one kid, and I know they probably feel it and they probably know about it. They've seen it, I'm sure, but I have not heard anybody talk about it. I think our coaches do a really good job of keeping the main thing. And one thing you will never hear if you were to come around Carl Albert, you're never going to hear a coach or a kid talk about going undefeated. It never happens. I've never heard it when I was a player under Coach Rose. I haven't heard it as an assistant when I was here. And then when I came back over here as a head coach, I still have never heard anybody talk about going undefeated, you know? And so I think that kind of keeps it all into perspective for our kids. But, you know, there is a lot of things. And with us being the athletic director in Mid-Del, there's not a whole lot of head football athletic directors left in Oklahoma. So it does make that even the job's a little bit more. But, you know, during football season, I get to be the head football coach and got a lot of good people around me. Our administration is great. You know, Andy Collier's our district AD, and he takes a lot of that off of my plate as well. But, you know, it's when you have great kids like we do at Carl Albert, you know, our kids, they don't expect any different. If we try to make any kind of change to our system or a tweak to a practice, they're always wondering, you know, what's going on. You know, it kind of freaks them out. And so it helps us with being consistent. You know, when we're consistent, our kids are consistent, and it helps me in my job with all the different expectations.
Coach, you mentioned what I think is the legend, the GOAT, Coach Gary Rose of 5A football. He's just, I got to ask this question. Has he cut his hair yet?
Well, he did. He did cut it. So everybody kept talking to him about his hair, and he just said, "I'm going to keep growing it out until people stop talking to me about it." Well, then I think he had a wedding he went to. I can't remember what it was, but he cut his hair, but now it's growing back out. So now it's getting way back down there. So no, he did, but he hasn't. So it's back to he looks like a hippie again.
Well, one thing you mentioned that nobody talks about going undefeated. One thing we've talked about a lot here, been a lot of those 19 state titles that were won with 3 losses, 2 losses, even some that had a few more losses than that. Carl Albert always seems to get ready when it matters, right? It always seems to, when it's time to make the run, you guys always seem to be peaking, doing the right things. You know, talk about that. I mean, because that's a mindset, right? I mean, how do you keep the kids focused on, as you said, you know, the right things?
Right. Well, I think it starts with consistency. As a football coach, I don't think there's anything that's more important than being consistent, and as a coaching staff. And that's with everything, with your practices, with your expectations, with your off season. And it started back with Coach Rose. The program is very, very, very eerily similar to what it was back when I was playing in 99, 99 through 2001. And there, since Coach Rose, you've had Coach Corley that took over, who was under Coach Rose for 15, 16 years. And then obviously I have my ties to Carl Albert. And I think as long as somebody's always in this chair that has ties and knows what the program was and is, I think all those things will stay the same, and I really do think it's in the way that you approach it, and obviously you've got to have great kids, but you're 100% right. We've skinned that cat a million different ways. We've done it throwing the ball with, 4 or 5 times a game my sophomore year, to throwing it 4 times in the playoffs total my sophomore year. And our guys do a really good job of fitting our personnel and not being so set in our ways that we're going to just try to pigeonhole our kids. We try to work to their skills, but the things that matter, the culture, the tradition, the program, all of that stays the same. And I think that has helped stay consistent with that.
I think you kind of touched on it just a little bit for me, but when you talk about the culture and the tradition of Carl Albert, I want to go back to a couple of seasons ago. Dale City, you guys played in the state championship game, and the week before, or a couple weeks before that, they beat a Guthrie team who, stats-wise, was one of the best defensive teams maybe Guthrie had at that point, and they absolutely dismantled Guthrie in the playoffs. And then state championship game time comes. Before the show, we all talk about how great of a game it's going to be. And then I got to tell you, Coach, I went down to the field before that game, and you can tell there was a difference. The tradition, the culture, and I could see it. I could see it in your team's eyes. I could see how excited they were to be there, loose, relaxed, ready to go. And no disrespect to Dell City because they had a great team the year, but they just weren't the same group of kids that I saw a couple of times that year. Didn't have the swagger that you guys did. So you guys have that tradition, you have that culture that you have, and not mention the kids. They play for each other. They play for each other. They play for the coaches because we all, especially you guys, we lost Coach Wilkerson last year during the playoffs, which is a big loss for Carl Albert, obviously. But, anybody who grew up loving the Sooners loved Jimmy Wilkerson as well, right? So, but, this is right before state championship game last year, and it, obviously seeing his son down there before the game was just amazing to see that. But talks about that this last couple of years state championship game, just how you guys just can not turn it on, but you guys just have all that confidence in the world.
Right. Well, again, it definitely helps whenever these kids have been in it before. I think that was a lot of the big difference with the Dell City game because, we are feeling the same way. When we watched the Guthrie game, we had just played them, 3 weeks, 4 weeks before that, whenever it was. And obviously, we all had our thoughts that was going to be a dogfight. That was going to be a great game. And then, I'm fortunate enough to be able to talk to Coach Beebe after that game. And I know how he felt. He felt like his guys were ready to go, locked in. And he didn't feel like it was a thing where they were just out of it and that they went into it the wrong mindset. He felt really good. And he just flat out said Dell City was better, and they were just really much better that night. And so, we had the same feelings, but during that game, especially during pregame, you could tell our guys, I've sensed the same thing from our guys. Obviously I wasn't on the other end, but I could see it in our guys' eyes that they were ready to go, and it was like business as usual is what it felt like to me. But there's always you can tell when our guys have a certain feel. And it's funny because, here, like I talked about earlier, those traditions, and we've got some special things that we do that start right after the last district football game. There's some things our kids will say and chant after the game. And then that following week, you can just tell that our kids, they understand those moments. And it felt that way at that game, and then last year with what you're talking about with Coach Wilkerson, and, that's the strangest practice I've ever been a part of the day before, and going through that, we had a meeting just right over here in our media room. And I had to talk to the kids about that. And we went out, and it's the day before the state championship, and so a practice where you want to be excited, you want everybody clicking on all cylinders and everybody fired up, and we had a good practice all considering, but it just was very somber. The mood was somber, the the sky was kind of gray, and it was just a very, very strange day. And one of the things that I talked to our kids about was that we knew what Coach Wilkerson would want, and we knew that we had business at hand, and we needed to take care of business. And that following week, we'd go lay him to rest. But it's a testament to our kids. It really is. Our kids, that they feel like whenever they step on the field, they can win a game. It doesn't matter who they're playing against. I think they trust that they've been prepared to go out and go be successful. And that's half the battle, when your guys feel like they can win, and when they go out and they feel like they've been prepared, and coaches and players are on the same page. And our kids in these last 2 state championship games, they've been really, really dialed in against 2 really, really good football teams.
Speaking with the head football coach of the Carl Albert Titans, Coach Mike Dunn, his team got a big game this week with the Stillwater Pioneers. Coach, talk about Class 5A overall. Of course, you're on top of the mountain right now. Guthrie has been in the state championship game last year. Over the years, they've been good. But, you have Booker T. Washington in the middle of Tulsa. You have Pryor. Shawnee's coming on with Coach Madonna. You know him well. Lawton Mack is good year in and year out. Bishop McGinnis is getting better and better. Newcastle has jumped up to 5A. Collinsville has been in the mix. Just talk about Class 5A as you see it.
Yeah, I feel like it's really wide open. Last year I felt like there was a lot of talk about, that it was a 2-team race, and obviously we know better, and we knew Guthrie was going to be young, and that Guthrie was replacing a historic defense, and a really good quarterback that had been a 3-year starter on offense, and so. But we knew better. We knew that Guthrie was going to be right there in the mix when it was all said and done. We knew that Booker T had gotten better, and they were going to be somebody to watch in the end. And then we had scrimmaged Newcastle, so we knew that Newcastle was going to be right there when it was all said and done. So last year I feel like it was a little more wide open than people thought, but this year I really feel like there are 5 or 6 teams up there, and I'm probably discounting a couple, but there are 5 or 6 teams up there that people would say, top of 5A, that I think there's a lot of places where people are evenly matched. I've got to see Lawton Mack. They came over here for a scrimmage, and like they passed the eyeball test. They're doing some things defensively that are really, really good. Obviously, having a 3-year starter at quarterback is going to help them always. And then the studs they have roaming around back there, and now they're playing some receiver too. So, and Guthrie's got a lot back. I think Guthrie will be right there in the mix again, just like they always are. You talked about Booker T. I saw a little bit of Booker T in Del City, and I think a lot of people wrote Del City off after that Memorial game, but it was just kind of a bad start on their part, and they're going to be just fine. So I really do. I think it's going to be wide open. I don't get to see enough from the East until we get a little bit closer to the playoffs. So I've heard that Pryor is kind of a dark horse. I know, Andy Collier, our district AD, he's watched some video on them, and he thinks they're a really good football team. So I imagine when it's all said and done, it'll be some of those same guys, usual suspects, and then I think we're going to be surprised by some guys that haven't done it last couple of years, and so I think it'll be a lot of fun.
By the way, you've mentioned Andy Collier twice now. By the way, he's the last quarterback to lead the big school to a state championship, Midwest City Bombers. So just a little thing in there. Yeah. You brought it up a little bit earlier. You don't get to watch much high school football outside of what you do. Do you get to watch 6A or 4A or 3A? I mean, as a head coach, do you have time for that?
Yeah, so I would honestly, I watch more high school football than I do college football than I do. I really don't watch NFL at all, and college football I'll watch a little bit here and there. Jeff Levy is one of my good buddies, and he's at Mississippi State now, and so I kind of follow anywhere he's ever been. I kind of follow them, but even he knows that I'm never going to be just really dialed in with it. But so Friday nights, especially when we're off, but I've kind of got a routine. As soon as I come in after a football game, a lot of times I will go straight to the Ronnie and the Kelly Beebe interview. It's one of my favorite things to do right after every single game is go watch a little bit of the interview there. And then I'll kind of click around and I'll go through all the different little address bar I have up there on my computer and go click around and kind of watch some stuff. But so I do watch a little bit of everything. I've got friends all over the state, and I like to go see what they're doing. I never get through a whole game, but I'll at least watch a little bit.
You talked about Coach Kelly Beebe here in Guthrie. It doesn't surprise me. I know you guys are tight, but that doesn't surprise me. But let me ask you this, Coach. Have you ever met anybody really like Kelly Beebe?
No,
such thing. He is just
One of one.
You know exactly what you're going to get with Coach BB. I mean, I love it. He's been here forever. Of course, a highly successful defensive coordinator. I think from a defensive schematic and just how he coaches kids, I think I always say this, I think he's the best I've ever seen in high school football. I think he's just amazing defensively. And, to watch him grow as a head coach the last several years has been really a cool thing for us that know him well. But we are blessed in Guthrie to have what I think not only a really good football coach, but one of the most unique football coaches you'll ever meet in today's game. Just completely. Right. You always say throwback. He is a throwback.
He's a throwback. And when I think about Guthrie, the first thing I think about is how they have the perfect head coach for them. I mean, they match his style. They're a lot of times you can tell a team that they take on the personality of their head coach, and there's no doubt about it that every year Guthrie, I mean, you're going to be in a dogfight, you're going to, but one thing that I love about it is as much as our two teams want to beat each other, when you watch those games, you don't see a bunch of nonsense. Nope. You don't see a bunch of BS with the teams. You don't see pushing and shoving and fighting. A lot of times when teams play us, you see teams that try to do that with us, but with us and Guthrie, there's none of that back and forth. And that's one of the things that I really like about it. And that's when you're in a really good rivalry is when there's a lot of healthy respect there too, and I think that starts with probably me and Coach BB and how we feel about each other. And I know he knows that we respect his staff. They respect us. We know a lot about each other. We joke all the time. I'll call them and say, just drop some line, especially the week before we play, something about, quarterback got hurt, so we're going to be flex bone this week. And, and which he loves to defend the flex bone, as you guys very well know. But he'll say something back about, no, I imagine you guys will be in 11 personnel and you're going to do this, and this. And he said, just like I imagine we're going to be in our Okie and we're going to play man coverage. So it's all good stuff. It's a lot of fun.
We're going to talk about the Stillwater Pioneers here in just a few seconds, and we can talk to you for 2 hours if we want to. We want to keep you all night, but Carlsbad's had great players over the years, and some on the next level, and now in the NFL as well. So it's you share a lot of that stuff on your Twitter page, but you've had great defensive linemen, but from what I'm hearing, the defensive linemen in your program are on the rise, and I've heard there's some young bucks that are coming up, and so that's one thing. I can think of a few players that were just like studs, but it sounds like you might have quite a few coming up here that are studs.
Yeah, we've got the 4 that are returning from this past team that are all, I mean, they're hell on wheels. They're maniacs. The 2 defensive ends, they play as hard and fast and physical as anybody I've ever coached, and they're fun to watch, and those 2 inside guys that get a great push every single snap, Kathan Perucci and Nick Hill, they're as fun to watch play the game as anybody that I've ever seen, especially on the high school level. They're just nonstop, and it's just fun watching the way they affect the game. But we've got a healthy stable of guys behind them too. We've got a freshman group of defensive linemen that are going to be really, really good. Jax Wilkerson is a guy that is getting lots of attention on the offensive side of the ball as a young left tackle, but he plays a little bit of defensive line for us. But, we've got a kid named Bryson Bell, a kid named Corbin Penley that are both going to be really, really good players that are freshmen. Wyatt Cordray is a guy that we're really excited about. He's kind of more of an edge type backer, but could be a defensive end type guy, maybe a stand-up type guy. But, and then we've got a couple of sophomore defensive ends, a couple of bookends that, we're replacing. We'll have to replace one after this year, but we've got a couple young guys, Emmanuel Williams and Armonte Abraham, that both have a chance to be really good. And then defensive tackle, we've got really 3 juniors right now that are all really, really good, and then we've got the 2 seniors. But Jaden Shelley is a backup defensive tackle that's doing really good things. Adric Walker is a guy that I played against his dad in high school. He was a Douglas Trojan back when we were big rivals with them when I was in school. But we've got a pretty healthy stable there, and it's been pretty exciting to watch the growth.
Got Stillwater Pioneers this week, and Coach, it's a deep. You go against Piedmont, you see an offense like, well, this is different. We got to really concentrate on this. Stillwater's defense is similar to that. They stand up. It looks different. It's something you won't ever see again unless you play Stillwater again. Talk about that Stillwater defense.
Yeah, chaotic.
Yeah.
And that's what they want. They want to cause havoc. They want to cause chaos and confusion with your line. It's funny because I've talked a lot of football with Clarence Hawley, and Clarence Hawley is the one that started that defense, and he's the one that installed it there at Stillwater. But Coach Hawley, I'll never forget when he said our main goal is to turn the opponent's offense against the game of football. And so we make sure that we tell our guys, hey, this is the goal. So you better go match the physicality, because if you don't, that is their goal, is to turn you against the game of football. And it's they're going to make plays. They're going to get you in the backfield at times. And I was just telling our guys today, it's going to be about the response. How are you going to respond when they do hit you for a negative play? How are you going to respond if they make a big play on defense, talking to our offense? And, I know Coach K Wood's talking to them about the same things, but it's so unique because you're right, and most of the time you're talking about that and it's an offensive thing. Like you said, it's because you're playing a triple option team, or you're playing, when I was in Texas coaching, I was in South Texas for a while. It was slot T down there. But with this defense, we're not going to see anything like it again. So you prepare for it once, and then you put it back in your back pocket until next season. But last year, I feel like our practices, we've kind of figured it out a little bit better and trying to simulate it in practice. Doesn't mean it's the right look always, but I feel like we simulated it a little bit better this year. Stillwater is a really good football team and do a lot of good things, well coached. I feel like they're very similar to us in a lot of ways.
Well, and it's a great running back matchup with your guy and Jaden Adams, a sophomore. He's a state champion wrestler. We bragged on your defensive line. They'll have a huge challenge. They went 248 yards on 25 carries against Union. So you guys will be challenged with them offensively.
Yes. Yeah. So Jaden Adams, he's a stud. He played a little bit against us last year as a freshman. They've got the two outside guys that open that run game up for them with Deacon Jones and David Thomas are the two receivers. They've got a sophomore quarterback that's really good, and they've got a sophomore H fullback type guy that they use, who is it's actually Charlie Johnson, their offensive line coach. It's his son. Offensive line wise, they're always going to be well coached. Coach Johnson does as good a job as anybody out there. They're always going to be gigantic. I mean, they look bigger every single year, it seems like to me, but they're really good. They're really good at what they do. They're very efficient. And they go really, really fast, and so they're going to try to put you in conflict by not letting you get calls in. They're going to try to get lined up fast and take the defensive coordinator out of the game as much as possible. And they do a really good job of it. So it'll be a big challenge for our defense, especially with us breaking in an entire new back end. We got 7 new guys in the back end on defense. And so it's really the first true test that they've had at a team that is very multiple, that can do it in the air and that can do it on the ground. So it'll be a really good test for our young back end.
Yeah, we're definitely really excited for that matchup this weekend. You'll check in later, see who Phil picks, Coach. But
I love you, Coach.
No pressure. No pressure, Phil.
But I hate to ask coaches to look ahead, but so I'm gonna have you look back. So Carl Albert won state championship last year. Let's just say I think it was December 5th, something like that. One of those days. We'll say it's December 5th, okay? Carver wins their 19th state championship. As they're going home, I always get on Twitter because I'm waiting for the post for them to change it from 18 to 19.
Right.
The video, I just love that. I think it's great. Right. But winning on December 5th, when does Carl Albert football start preparing for this season? Is it December 6th, or is it December 7th, or is it January 1st?
Right. It's funny because I'm looking over here at a ball that I have, but I remembered exactly when it was, because in years past, it was always December 5th, December 4th, somewhere around there. We would take a week off, and then the week before Christmas break, that's when we started our maxing. We would max out. So we'd take 1 week off. Yeah. We would max out, and then by the time we got back on that Christmas break after that Tuesday or Wednesday, we already had cards printed, and we were already in the first phase of off season. But last year, it was December 14th. Remember, because 5A was the very
last game.
That's right.
And so we were the very last game on that Saturday night. And so that next week, we took that week off to do all the fun stuff you get to do after a championship. And then when we got back, that's when we maxed out the very first week after we got back from Christmas break. So we don't waste a lot of time. It's just never been a thing. That's how Coach Rose was, and it was even quicker. If we got beat out of the playoffs before that, if we didn't make it to the state championship, Coach Rose he'd give us about 2 days, and then it was we're moving on. It's time to get ready for next year. Yep. So it's just kind of always been a thing around here. Kids, it's what they expect.
That's why you guys are the program you are, Coach, doing those kind of things and the mentality and the mindset. I mean, everything in life that leads to success, it's about mindset, right?
No question. Yeah, we talk a lot about it, and our kids know that it's all about how you respond to adversity, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen this year. It's going to happen this week, and we'll see how we go and take that test.
We didn't even get to talk about 2020 vision or the successful bond issue that you guys have. You have a lot of momentum on and off the field. Yep. I will leave you with this. You do have a current 91.3% winning percentage. Corley's 91.2%, so no pressure added on to you this week as well. So.
Wow. Hey, we told our kids today, pressure is a privilege.
That's right.
Absolutely right.
Hey, I'll say this. Coach Corley did that on purpose. He knew when he retired, he got out of there when he was the highest winning percentage as a head coach.
We laughed about that when of course, we know, those of us here, his brother was a longtime judge up in our community, and we'd go have lunch with Judge Corley on a pretty regular basis on Fridays. And when he announced that he was stepping away from coaching, I said, "You got a smart brother, baby." I mean,
right. You talk about going out on top. Yeah, he went out on top of the mountain. There's no doubt about it. That's he's a smart man. There's no doubt about it.
Well, Coach Dunn, we always appreciate you spending some time with us. Hopefully you can do it at least one more time this season, and we'll see you in a few weeks. I don't know if you're going to have steaks or ribs for us when we come to town, but we appreciate no matter what you have for us in town.
Hey, I can promise you this. Jared LeClaire, so our offensive center, his dad is the guy that takes care of all of our people coming in, the other teams, media, live stream. He will have something good for you guys. I can promise you.
We love it. We love it.
Coach Dunn, best of luck
against
Stillwater this week and in the entire season as you go for 4 in a row. Amazing. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thank you, guys. You guys have a good season, too.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Head coach Mike Dunn of the Carl Albert Titans, as they have the state's longest winning streak at 41 games. They go for 4 state championships. They go for the longest or the most state championships in Oklahoma football history, as they're tied with Ada at 19 right now. So they had huge bond success as well. So a lot of great things happening.
Everything happened. You talked to, of course, we were fortunate. We got to know Coach Rose very well, and Coach Corley, and now Coach Dunn. You want to know why they have consistency is because they have people like that leading their program. I mean, just do it the right way.
Absolutely. We appreciate Coach Dunn. We're going to take our time out here on the High School Huddle presented by Red River Roofing. When we come back, take a look at some of the games last week, and we got some games to look forward to as well. Top 10 games of the week, your predictions, and the High School Huddle's top 5. Still a whole much more to go here on the High School Huddle.
Mom, Red River's going to fix our roof.
Buddy, it's going to be easy getting a quote after that storm. Have you seen those roofers?
I could get you a new roof. Wait.
It will be out of business next week.
Roofing!
Let's quit messing with these clowns and call Red River Roofing.
Exxon was founded by 2 combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Louis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Louis Turney a call at 282-7600. 7600.
At Mosquito Pest Authority, our job is to keep you pest-free. Our signature mosquito control service and pest-proof barrier 360 service ensures that you aren't bothered by mosquitoes outside or pests inside. That's right, 2 brands, 2 services, only 1 visit needed. Don't believe us? We guarantee it, or we'll come back at no charge to you. No mosquitoes, no pests, no contracts, guaranteed. Call Ronnie and Sarah Phillips today at 405-916-0471.
For centuries, it was a windswept prairie until the run of '89 saw settlers scramble for land and life in a newborn town as Oklahoma's territorial capital, Guthrie. Bank First is loyal to the preservation movement that reclaimed Oklahoma's first state capital. And we're loyal to the banking legacy born at the corner of First and Oklahoma Streets. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
Mercy Hospital Logan County is here for you with our new Senior Life Solutions program designed specifically for older adults facing challenges like depression, anxiety, and grief. In partnership with Senior Life Solutions, Mercy Hospital offers compassionate, evidence-based mental health care. Our team are ready to help you or your loved ones improve their mental well-being. Call 405-260-4173 today to learn more of how Senior Life Solutions can make a difference.
Welcome back. It is the High School Huddle. Glad you're checking us out, whether it be the live show or the replay. Don't forget, we're on all the socials, and if you haven't already, subscribe and like this channel as we built this, obviously, as you know, from the ground up this season. We went from a lot of subscribers to starting to fresh over. So subscribe, like. We certainly appreciate anything you can do for us. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. That's the big one. TikTok. All those fun socials. So, all right. Hey, we got a few things here. So the OSSAA, Jordan Davis, did an article that was in the Oklahoman, a friend of the show. Coaches Confidential. Should OSSAA be disbanded? Local high school coaches answer. Of course, it's come up a few times in the past. A lot of the public schools, especially in Class 3A, did not like all the private schools with their success and what they deem as some advantages there. I think that's been kind of pushed back a little bit because of the transfer thing now. Yeah. But the Oklahoman had a media type day, and they asked these coaches, football, softball, and volleyball coaches, if they should be disbanded. Of course, it's anonymous, which is probably the right thing to do. Here's some of the answers that some football coaches said. I'm not sure that they have a fighting chance. He said yes. This coach said yes, they should be disbanded. He quote, "I'm not sure they have a fighting chance. I do not believe they have the manpower to govern the rules that are in place. I also hate the fact that their legs get cut out from under them by wealthy people with more powerful lawyers than the OSSAA has. They cannot do what their membership majority voted to do." That was one.
Glencoe, maybe?
But he said yes?
He said yes, they should be disbanded.
But then he, basically his words made it sound like he was supported the OSSAA.
He said they cannot do what their membership majority voted to do. Said they
lack of manpower.
Yeah. Manpower.
Just hire more people.
Coach says, two coaches said indifferent. Yes and no. Depends on the next governing body. Too many execs take too much money from playoff hosts. No incentive for hosting playoffs. Could easily do more to make it a better experience for student athletes. Another coach says they're indifferent. Quote, I'm not sure if it. I do not think there is definitely some waste in admin pay at the OSSAA that should go back to the schools. Example is the playoff hosting percentage that was changed a while back. And, I don't know the details of the hosting. I know there's some travel that the OSSAA gives back, but as far as hosting, and it has come up in the past. I've heard it before about baseball schools. Why would I want to host? Why would Stillwater football? Why would they want to host a big football game? Because that's between the East and the West when they're playing in a semifinal game, and right. So I've heard some of those discussions before on that deal.
Well, last year we had a couple of schools over there in the East didn't want to host Jinx and Owasso. And it ended up being at Claremore, and they brought through fit of that. Well, people said no to hosting.
Yeah. Well, and that was one of the big deals when the football coaches wanted to split 2A, A, and B. We're like, well, we can do that, but we're going to have more. We're going to need more teams, schools that want to host. If you want all these more divisions, we're going to have more. We're going to have more games. Therefore, you're going to have to host more. So, here are some of the coaches said no, they should not be disbanded. Here's a few quotes. No, a governing body is necessary for such a large number of schools, top to bottom, but changes definitely need to occur. Another coach. No, but they need to go talk to the UIL in Texas, which that's the governing body for high school sports there, and see what they do and how they do it. Another coach, no, we must have a governing body to embrace and protect high school sports. Another coach, no, legislators should stay in their lane. And another quote,
Amen.
Another quote, no, because there will be no rules and will turn into the wild, wild west.
Exactly. It already is.
Softball coaches, no, but they need to be better and fair across the board. It's not hard to do what's best for the athlete. Another coach, no, we have to have a governing body or it would all become chaos. No, what other association would take over? Another coach, no, because high school sports need a governing body. A couple of cross-country coaches, they are not perfect, but I think they're doing the best they can with what they have. Another cross-country coach, no, they have more positive influence than negative. Volleyball coaches, two of them. We'll finish up here with their quotes. First coach, I think a governing body is good, but I think more things should be able to be discussed and adjusted as sports evolve. And the final quote, I believe it's a good thing to have in place, but there are rules that could be modified. There's a lot of that I can agree with. I mean,
not a whole lot of context, though, in some of those replies.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just a coach at their deal and they fill it out real quick.
And those opinions are going to be based on their experiences.
That's a big point.
I mean,
if you ask the Glencoe coaches, they're probably not real high on that.
Not real high on the OSSAA right now.
Yeah.
But I think for me anyway, and we've said this numerous times. Somebody mentioned one or two mentioned there. You got to have somebody that governs the process.
You disband the OSSAA, you bring in another group, and they're not going to be happy with that group either, right?
There's going to be decisions made they're not going to like. You cannot put it on the shoulders of the individual districts or for them to police it themselves. It would be the Wild West. I just, I hope this isn't something that really gains any kind of legs because it'll be chaos.
It would be.
It'll be chaos.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree. I think one of the coaches said there, I think they do best with what they have.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. And a lot of times, like the shot clock, for example, the OSSAA will send information out to the membership schools, and if 85% of them say we want this or that, then they take it to the board and say, hey, we had 85% of the people say this. Right. And then the board usually goes what the membership schools say. Now, there's sometimes it's 50-50, like the shot clock a couple of years ago. It was like the small schools want it or didn't want it. The large schools did want it. So, which will be implemented, I think, next year for the big schools. But it's not going to be a perfect system. And I think there's some language we learned with the Glencoe case. Yep. There's some language that they can clean up. Yep. We've talked with some people associated outside of the OSSAA and said they could clean up some language in there. Yep. on some things. So I think another coach said, I think they do the best what they have. I agree.
Well, and I think somebody made reference, it's simple, do what's best for the kids. Well, 98% of the time, for example, they approve appeals. Transfers, 98% of the times. I know this is because we know the staff down there. They're not looking for ways to make things more difficult for the member schools. Yeah. I mean, they are trying to do the best they can, and you have a lot of sharp people down there. So, I mean, I just don't buy into it. It's like we seem to be a society now that wants to throw the baby out with the bathwater every time something they don't like. Yep. And that's just that's chaos to me. So I think maybe, if they need more staff, then we need to create more revenue to them so they can hire more staff. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can look at this, but I do know this. The people that are doing it are good people that are working their tails off trying to do what's right for the member schools and, most importantly, the kids.
Yeah, and this is a group that gets hit all the time.
All the time.
I mean, you have over 400 schools across the state. Surely 5 at one time is not going to be happy about something, right?
I'm not happy with myself about 50% of the decisions I make. So, I mean, it's just an unrealistic expectation.
In my previous life, when I was working in a different business, we'd have different administrations all the time.
Yep.
And I didn't like all of them at the same time, but they all did their best. And you know, people, they're different styles. I mean, it's just, I mean, like I said, we kind of know them, and we know they're trying their absolute best. I mean, it's just, you're never going to be happy. There's not going to be one association that's come in and take over because you're mad at them, and then you're going to be, oh, these guys are perfect. It's just not going to work that way.
Well, I always, with things like this, I go, you know, what's the culture there with the organization you're talking about? It's a culture of wanting to do what's right for the cool schools and the kids. That is the culture that's there.
Yeah.
Now there's nuanced things you can look at, like you said, Chris, Ronnie, you pointed out too. That's fine. Evaluate those if you can make little tweaks. But to just throw the baby out with the bathwater, that's insanity.
Yeah. And you got to remember,
crazy.
You got to remember, a lot of people don't know what makes up the OSSAA. It's superintendents on the board of directors, but you have Mr. Jackson, who used to be an athletic director at Pauls Valley. You have former coaches. I don't want to get into all of them, but they're all coaches
or administrators.
Yeah. Who have been in these positions of
been successful coaching too.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
State championships.
Absolutely. So anyway, we'll continue to follow that like you feel. I don't think it needs to go much further than what it is.
But what I do worry about is our legislators getting in the middle of it.
That'd be
and the way that works, Phil, is and you know, I'm just talking to people. If you know, I don't want to bring up a specific school, but let's say I live in
make one up.
Jamaica, Missouri.
There you go.
Good Jamaica, Missouri got wronged on something.
It's gorgeous.
Well, if I'm the state legislature from Jamaica, Missouri, I'm going to make you happy because I'm going to go fight it over here. Now I'm going to get reelected because I'm going to make you happy because I'm fighting for you, Phil. And I'm all about Jamaica. Now vote for me here in a couple of weeks, but I'm fighting hard for you.
You know, you can donate up to $5,500 if you'd like. I just think legislators have bigger problems to worry about than what's going on with high school sports, and I think high school sports needs to be mature enough at the school level, the parent level, and the OSSAA, which I believe they already are, to come together and make good decisions. And I think that happens currently. But like you said, everybody's not always going to be happy. Part of the reason why I have this conversation, there's been, over the last 24 months, there's been some real significant decisions made. And then anytime you have a case that becomes, because the lawyers wanted to make it so public, when you put such a big spotlight like the recent Glencoe situation, everybody starts talking about it. You know, as long as things cool down a little bit, everybody will forget about it and they'll go and you know, get back to business. But
they also want them to hire more people in. But then here in about 8 years, the NFHS contract is going to be up. So where are they going to make up that money if they don't get renewed?
Ticket gates. I mean, at the gates.
I mean,
gates and
then they're going to be ridiculed for having $25 tickets.
They're going to be mad about that.
I mean,
right. Yeah, I mean, listen, everything in the world takes money, guys. It doesn't just fall off the trees.
I know. I can't eat as much steaks. Those things are expensive.
Steaks are bad for you.
Okay, of course, Phil.
Yeah.
All right. Good discussion. We'll talk more about that, hopefully never. Okay, let's take a look at some of the games last week. Some great performances as well. I'll kind of jump all over the place here real quick. 2A1, Kiefer scores 22 unanswered points to beat Vian, the Vian state runner-up last year, 30-29. Junior Cash Worley, 114 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, and it was also 6 of 13 for 99 yards. Game-winning score with 47 seconds to play. So 6A1 Morse, senior quarterback Maverick Gardner.
Great name.
18 of 26, 187 passing. Then he also rushed for 12 times, 143 yards, as Moore is the city champs. They take down Southmore 28-20. We mentioned KD Jones and Jinx taking it to Union. 34-0 at halftime. They win that one in a boring second half, 48-30. Lincoln Christian, they've won 31 straight ball games. We talked about Carl Albert's 41-game winning streak. Lincoln Christian increases theirs, 41-33 over Shiloh. Senior quarterback Carter Rickey, I think you interviewed him last year, Phil, a couple of years. 20 of 26, 170 passing yards, 1 touchdown. He carried the ball 8 times, scored 3 of those times, and ended up with 133 rushing yards. The game of the week for the high school huddle last week was the Murray County Bedlam game. Sulphur takes it to Davis, 34-14. Boy, one of my favorite players is senior Maddox Mobley. He's headed to Navy, 14 rushes, 131 yards, 2 touchdowns. His buddy, junior JoJo Gray, 17 rushes, 120 yards, and a touchdown. Choctaw went to Hayes, Kansas. Hayes, from my understanding, is a pretty good program.
Very good program.
Over there.
Yeah.
And Choctaw actually trailed 21-6 late in the fourth quarter. and got within the 6-yard line, but turned it over on downs. So Choctaw turns it over. Choctaw this week plays the Bixby Spartans. See if Phil picks the Yellow Jackets in a mild surprise in our next segment. Broken Arrow Mustangs. So here we go. Big kudos to Dallas. Last week on the show, let us know through his sources that Jaden O'Neal, the Mustang quarterback, the move in from California, the 4-star, headed to Florida State. His sources said that he would not play. Ended up not playing in the football game. So he gets hurt in the UConn game. Coach Blankenship said if it was a big game or if it was a tight game, he could have gone in. And then now, going into Broken Arrow, they held him out for that game, 21-14. Great ball game. Judson Gillen, the Bethany transfer into Mustang, had a touchdown. Broken Arrow's quarterback Jeremiah Satima, 9 of 12 passing, 170 yards and a touchdown. Octavian Roberson, the running back, 28 carries, 147 yards and a touchdown. And one other note that I have here, Edmond Memorial Senior DB Bo Bayouth, 3 interceptions as they take down Edmond North 35-18. Any games for you guys that in all the classes that stuck out to you?
Well, I mean, for me, I think a lot of us were watching that Sulphur-Davis game and it turned it out, that Sulphur handled him quite easily.
Right.
But as we pointed out last week, that's one of those rivalry games, goes back and forth. You never know what's going to happen. But, Sulphur's playing at such a high level right now. It's not a stretch. I mean, Lincoln Christian kind of has dominated 3A. But, boy, I think Sulphur's going to have a lot to say about that this year.
Bishop McGinnis, I watched that game on Saturday. They took on Dallas Bishop Lynch. It was a great game. It came down to the end, and it looked like late in the game there was a fumble, and it looked like a bad spot. Of course, I was watching it at an angle, but Bishop McGinnis, the benefit of that call, and so you go back to Deer Creek, there was a call that could have been pass interference.
They've got a few calls this year.
They got a few calls, whether they're right or wrong. They've had a few calls go their way. Remember, they were down 17 points to Bishop Kelly and rallied.
Luck of the Irish.
22. So things are going well right now for Bishop McGinnis.
Yeah, they are. And Bishop McGinnis is a good football team. They're always a good football team. But, they have gotten some breaks and some bounces early on in the season. And this week they should get another W when they play the Kansas team, Carroll.
I think one game we talked about last week that we thought would be pretty competitive would be Lawton Mack and Lawton.
Oh,
yeah. And Mack absolutely took it. Chris, you actually picked Lawton to win that game.
Who did we pick? Mack.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Try my brother. Go ahead. But, that ended up being a beatdown. Mack ended up taking it to him.
Was.
But the Altus Cash game, that was a really good game. Then Altus kind of pulled in towards the end. But, that was another great game that happened last week.
Ardmore Shawnee was a great game, 49-48, I think.
Yep.
That was back and forth. Shawnee loses that one. They're out of the top 10 of the 5A rankings. But, good to see Tony Wilson on here. Howdy, folks. Tony, you want to talk about Chandler? Probably not. They went a long ways to get beat pretty handily, but Chandler will win a lot of football games this year. Kelly Davis, have you heard of CHS, Cashion High School? Yeah, I've heard of Cashion High School. Of course you have. Or maybe you're talking about Collinsville High School. Cushing High School?
Cassia Hall?
Cassia Hall. Yeah, Kelly, you've heard of all those.
Yeah, there are a lot of CHS.
A lot of them out there. I think it might be Christian Heritage.
I think it's Christian Heritage.
Yeah, probably so. Kenny Gillespie, how about them Cashion Wildcats? 3-0. Man, Class A football, we've talked about it and talked about it, and there's a big-time game this week in our top 10 games of the week. Cashion goes on the road in the High School Huddle top 10 game and takes it to Ringling 40-16. They're talking about A1. There are some offenses in that class that are going to be putting up lots of points. Cashion, one of those. Pawhuska, one of those. So, I'm really, really excited to watch a lot of Class A football as Hominy loses to Pawhuska 44-27. Tonkawa beats Fairview 27-21. Dallas lets us know that Coweta is actually looking pretty good at the moment.
Maybe that was CHS. Maybe
that's
Coweta.
who. Yeah, maybe it was Coweta. Coweta.
Yeah,
that's right. So, there's a lot of great stuff. Washington, Highway 74 War, I think is what they call it, beats Purcell 47-25. Chandler Lone Grove, might as well put it on the record, Tony. It was 42-13. So, sorry to bring that back up again. So, a lot of fun games. How about Tuttle? So Tuttle, and we'll talk about this here in a little bit. Newcastle beats Blanchard 63-40, but Tuttle I think it was 56-0 at halftime over Noble, and that ended up being the final score. So Tuttle, 3 blowouts over Guthrie, Newcastle, and Noble. So good thing they're probably not in 5A. They have a fighting chance in 5A to win a state championship there. So lots of great games. I think we kind of get into a little bit more of those as well, because we're going to take our final timeout. Are we going to do the top 5 now, or do the top 5 and predictions all in one block?
So we had one commercial, too.
This will be our third and
How
final
many we
break.
got? We only got 3?
We got one more left.
Let's do the top 5 and picks next.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. We'll do that. So get ready. The favorite part of the show, you get to put in your prediction and see how well you did. Leslie 8-2, Dallas 8-2, in Chatsville. I don't think anybody's gone 10-0. Definitely not on this show, on this panel here. But I don't think there's been a 10-0 in Chatsville either. So who will be the first? Who would be the first to do that? Come back, top 5 and the top 10 games of the week after our final timeout here on the High School Huddle, presented by Red River Roofing. At Mosquito and Pest Authority, our job is to keep you pest-free. Our signature mosquito control service and pest-proof barrier 360 service ensures that you aren't bothered by mosquitoes outside or pests inside. That's right, 2 brands, 2 services, only 1 visit needed. Don't believe us? We guarantee it, or we'll come back at no charge to you. No mosquitoes, no pests, no contracts, guaranteed. Call Ronnie and Sarah Phillips today at 405-916-0471.
For centuries, it was a windswept prairie until the run of '89 saw settlers scramble for land and life in a newborn town as Oklahoma's territorial capital, Guthrie. Bank First is loyal to the preservation movement that reclaimed Oklahoma's first state capital. And we're loyal to the banking legacy born at the corner of First and Oklahoma Streets. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
Exxon was founded by 2 combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Hey, you in the 3rd row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600.
Mercy Hospital Logan County is here for you with our new Senior Life Solutions program designed specifically for older adults facing challenges like depression, anxiety, and grief. In partnership with Senior Life Solutions, Mercy Hospital offers compassionate, evidence-based mental health care. Our team are ready to help you or your loved ones improve their mental well-being. Call 405-260-4173 today to learn more of how Senior Life Solutions can make a difference.
I have brought you here today to beg you to call Red River Roofing. They have the best trained staff in the state. The Red River sales consultants are experts that make sure every single roof is 100% waterproof.
I appreciate all your hard work.
Please save your questions for the end. In closing, call Red River today for your free inspection.
I'm convinced.
Red River Roofing. Even the kid gets it.
Welcome back. High School Huddle presented by Red River Roofing. We are commercial free the rest of the way. Ronnie Phillips, Still Nichols, Chris Evans with you Wednesday, getting set for week 3 of the football season. There are a couple other performances we want to be sure to get out there as well. Hera, easily victory over Western Heights. Saw a little bit of those highlights. Callan Withnall was impressive. Week 2 performance. He counted for 6 touchdowns. Played quarterback. He's a free safety as well. 49-0, 11 of 15 passing, 136 yards, 5 touchdowns. So nice performance by Hera as they continue to get better and better. And plus, they play at Evans Field, so it can't be all bad.
It can't be all bad. Yeah, we had Coach Reed on a couple weeks ago down at Altus. They had a big game last week against Cash and
3-0 Bulldogs.
3-0 Bulldogs. Their freshman quarterback, all 6'4" of him. Last week went 28 of 40 for 351 in the air with 4 touchdowns, 13 carries, 74 yards, and a score. Yeah, boys, that's 5 touchdowns. That's 4 more than I had in my entire career.
Well, Al Bundy had 4 in one game.
Oh, I know.
At Polk High.
That's hard to do just with no defense.
Yeah. I mean, you see these numbers. We appreciate people sharing those stat lines with us. Keep that coming from around the state.
Yeah, because we can't brag on them if we don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, it's impossible to track every high school stat line, but we appreciate those kind of stats. So if you have a kid that has a tremendous night, please share it with us, and we'll make sure and recognize them.
Joshua Rushing of Lawton MacArthur. Ronnie mentioned the big victory over Lawton a little bit earlier. Rushing had one of his best games. He's the talented wide receiver. He caught 6 passes for 170 yards and 3 touchdowns with the victory over Joshua Rushing. How about the brothers Dillards at Jinx, the wide receivers? I mean, they moved over from Lincoln Christian a couple years ago. They had a great game as well. Kane Foreman of Pawhuska. We talked about Pawhuska's big victory over Hominy, 44-27. I think he went from 8 men to 11 men somewhere. I can't remember, but he was 21-27, accounted for over 350 yards, 5 touchdowns. As this week it's Pawhuska and Woodland. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit. And I have some more numbers here when we do our top 10 games of the week. So just some of the great ones out there. Kellen Fry, that's another game we didn't talk about, guys. Cushing, talented running back and linebacker Kellen Fry. He had 20 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, a sack, a fumble recovery. I think he's one of the top linebackers for sure in Class 4A, but he's definitely near in the conversation as one of the top linebackers in the state of Oklahoma. Cushing has no problems with Perkins.
Which really surprised me. I mean, Perkins is a good
38-12, I think it was.
Perkins is a good football team.
Yeah.
They're going to win a lot of ball games this year. I thought that'd be a tighter game. I picked Perkins in the upset last week. But I think when you hear stats, anytime you hear a linebacker at any level with 20 tackles, that's a season for a lot of kids. Yeah. I mean, that's an incredible night.
Another game that we picked last week, how about Metro Christian and Cassia Hall? Metro Christian short trip. Again, I think it's 7 miles between them. But 41-14 for the Commandos. Ran away with it there. Kincaid Ing, the quarterback for the he was, 300 yards of offense, 4 touchdowns. So Metro Christian looks like a pretty serious contender.
I'll let that one get away.
Yeah.
So it happens, Ronnie.
I got Cushing, though. They back me up. They back me up.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look at the High School Huddle Top 5 rankings after 2 weeks of football. I guess really 3 weeks, as we go into week 3 of the football season, we will start with Class A2 football. Tony Wilson reminds of the Pope. They had the Pope on their side. That's a very good call. High School Huddle Woodland, number 1. Talihina at 2. Regent Prep 3. Thomas 4. Wewoka at number 5. Regent Prep had a huge victory there this week as well. And I think they'll just keep on cruising. Yeah. We'll see how they do once the competition steps up a little bit for them. Woodland, Talihina, a lot of people think 1-2, 2-1, however you want to look at that. We'll have a huge, could be another state championship final like we saw last year. Those are the Class A2 rankings. Moving up to Class A1, this is all 11-man football. There's Rejoice Christian at number 1 in a very fun A1. Bacola at number 2. Cashin, sorry, Kenny, at number 3.
Here it comes.
But we'll see. We'll see. Coach Shackford with his 200 victory there.
Keep winning.
Number 4, Pawhuska, and Pawnee drops from number 2 to number 5 as they dropped their first game of the season. And I don't think it was really that competitive. I'm trying to remember the final score in that one. It was Stroud taking it to Pawnee 42-21. to 34. So Pawnee went up and played a very good Stroud team, but Pawnee at number 5 this week. Take a look at the Class 2A2 top 5 rankings here on the High School Huddle. Number 1, Davis moves to the top spot. Adair at number 2. Vian number 3. Number 4, Salina, and number 5, Valiant. I can tell you in the Chris Evans top 5 rankings, I have the Adair Ball Club at number 1. You can have an argument for Davis, Adair, and Vian at that spot.
You will hear no argument from me.
No, I'm good with that.
I'm fine with that.
By the way, next week, right now, without knowing the schedule, the game of the week right now, Adair and Salina.
Yeah.
Adair and Salina play next week. That will be a big time football game.
Good mascot. Good. Look at that logo.
I don't know if I could pick a K-State logo.
That's solid.
Boy, Kansas State.
They're probably better than K-State this year. Struggling.
So there's our Kenny. Wow,
Cashin gets disrespected again.
Bulletin board. Put it on the bulletin board.
Number 3, Kenny. How's that disrespect?
Last year they weren't even in the top 15.
No, that's not disrespect.
All right, Class 3A football rankings, Lincoln Christian, 31 straight victories. Number 2, Sulphur. Boy, it looks like another rematch of the state championship game right now, and we'll see. Number 3 is Holland Hall. Number 4, Heritage Hall. They got Millwood this week, and Heritage Hall should have an easy time in that one. And into the top 5 rankings for the first time this season is Berry Hill in at number 5. Those are your Class 3A rankings. Moving up to Class 4A football, it is the Elgin Owls. They got a good one this week with Newcastle, a Class 5A program. Number 2 is the Tuttle Tigers. Number 3, Ada. Number 4, Poto. Number 5, Broken Bow. By the way, Ada, Poto, Broken Bow, all in Class 4A4. Good luck to the 4A3 who finishes second, because one of those schools is coming to your town to play a first-round playoff game.
Yeah,
so
that's tough.
I will say this, guys. I have friends in Tuttle and Elgin, and I've gone back and forth.
Here we go.
I made the switch in my personal rankings. I now have Tuttle at number 1. They have smoked their 5A non-district opponents. They have a quarterback. I think they have a quarterback advantage. I know they have a quarterback advantage. Nothing against Elgin. It'll come down, can Elgin run the football and keep Cruz Campbell off the field? Because he will put a lot of points on the board against everybody. He already has.
Well, I mean, it's not exactly like Elgin hasn't done well against 5A competition so far. And they got another big matchup this week, and they're the defending state champions, and I learned my lesson last year. Go Owls.
I don't even say anything.
Everybody knows Ronnie's Ronnie's looking at houses in Elgin.
Yeah, I mean, see, who Tuttle beat Guthrie. They beat Newcastle as well. And Noble. Yeah, Noble. And you got Elgin, who I think out of those 3 teams in Mitchell, I think Mac might be the best team out of those 3 teams. And Elgin absolutely destroyed Mac. Destroyed them. Wasn't even close.
42-21.
And Chris said the recipe was they'd have to be able to run the ball. They got a guy down there that runs the ball.
They got 2 guys who run the ball.
Yeah.
2 studs. 3 studs. They got 3 guys that can run.
But they got the man. They got the man down there.
They got big energy man.
Big energy man down
there.
Big
rich and
I agree. The big difference for me is a quarterback play. That last year, Elgin had Tress Lord. Took a lot of pressure off.
That's a great point.
Took a lot of pressure off of him.
That's a great point.
Yep.
We'll see. Cruz Campbell getting a lot of looks from some smaller D1 schools. So
he's legit.
We've seen some Carl Albert teams in the past with not a great quarterback, but the other guys around him.
Sure.
All thing in Elgin, this way I view it is he just can't make mistakes. He just can't make big time mistakes. Just play within yourself. And let the studs around you take over.
Yeah. T-Fred lets us know that we skipped the 2A1 rankings. Thank you, T-Fred. Got to appreciate T-Fred helping us out.
Shoot us a text instead.
I mean, you got to do that publicly, T-Fred?
No, Kenny's bashing us. At least T-Fred's trying to help us. 2A1. Metro Christian, number 1. Washington, number 2. Jones. Boy, they skunked somebody this past week. Who was that?
I lost that one.
Jones. Number 4 is Marlowe.
Bethany,
yes.
Bethany.
And in number 5 is the Lindsay Leopards making their first appearance into the 2A1 rankings. Those are the Fighting Jeff Murrays.
The Fighting Philip Hightowers.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Phil Hightowers?
Yeah.
So we've lost all confidence in Washington now?
Well, they were number 2 last week.
I'm over them. Are you not over them?
I'm over them.
Yeah.
Gave up 25 last week.
Purcell.
I'm not over them. I like
Purcell.
Washington.
I like
They're
Washington.
still good. They're still
Yeah,
good. They're still
really
good.
good. Yeah.
Tony Wilson says no Chandler. Nah. We have to get out to the top 15, I think, to get to Chandler.
Kelly's throwing darts.
Let's click. Kelly, shouldn't drop because you play competition. Rejoice is number one. Yeah, I go back and forth. That's a good point. That's why
That's a good point.
You can go back and forth on that. We've seen some schools bump up a couple of classes, but I'm not afraid to bump somebody up with a quality win either over somebody.
Right.
If it has to be that way. So
see this Kelly, great point. Great point. This is what I tell everybody is I get accosted in the streets of the town I live in about our rankings and our predictions. It's okay. You're going to play all the games.
Just keep winning.
Just keep winning.
Just
You'll
keep
be all
winning.
right.
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
Yeah. I agree. All right, let's take a look at the Class 5A rankings, and I don't think there's any changes there. Number one, Carl Albert. I thought about moving Dell City there.
I think Pryor's a little high.
Dell City's number 2, Pryor number 3, McGinnis number 4, and Guthrie at number 5. Guthrie picks up the first victory of the season, 42-10 victors over the Duncan Demons. Guthrie will have a big challenge this week as Blanchard comes into town.
Cleaned a lot of stuff up last week.
Yeah, looked a lot better.
Cleaned a lot of stuff up.
Yeah,
Yep.
It had the bye week.
Yeah, they hated that.
Yeah, so Pryor, yeah, Phil.
I mean, it's not a bad placement. It's just
A little love on the east side. We're trying to get more clicks from over there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. We want to be right. We don't want to be wrong.
I mean, I don't think Pryor shouldn't be in the top 5.
Yeah.
You know what? As I talk through this, actually, that's a good placing for them because I think they're better than McGinnis and they're better than Guthrie right now.
Yeah.
So that's probably a good placement.
So Coach Dunn made a reference to them being a dark horse.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Dallas, who is extremely knowledgeable on the east side, he says Pryor is extremely good, and he emphasizes extremely. Yeah.
You got to have a good quarterback play to be extremely good.
That's right.
Yeah.
I don't think the other two teams are there yet.
And, okay, so we got 5A rankings. Let's go to 6A2 football rankings going into week 3 of the football season. There is a change. The Stillwater Pioneers, the number 1 team in Class 6A2. Choctaw goes on the road and loses to Hayes in a very competitive ball game. Guys, I was considering moving Stillwater to the number 1 spot last week with Choctaw undefeated.
Yeah.
Just because of the performance against Union.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a great matchup, but Stillwater is really, really, really good.
Yeah,
offensively and
they
defensively.
Yeah, that defensive scheme we talked to Coach Dunn about earlier, you're right. You won't see it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's disruptive.
Stand
as all
up,
get out.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I like it.
Big time.
Sand Springs, number 3. Here's a perfect example. Sand Springs is 0-2. And you're like, well, they would be further down. Well, they played Bixby and they played Owasso. So if any of those teams play that, they'd have the same exact record.
They'd be 0-2.
Easton Webb, Don Forbes, a great quarterback, wide receiver combo. So that's one reason why I personally kept Sand Springs there at number 3. And, Piedmont has not allowed a point this year. We'll talk about them here in just a little bit. And for the first time, again, this number 5 spot, it just floats. This week coming in at number 5 in the 6A2 High School Huddle rankings is the Chieftains of Sapulpa High School. Sapulpa. And the state's largest classification, there is some changes. And this is another one that teams are losing. Union's 0-3, Owasso's 1-2. Norman's played well. Memorial's played good. So how do you factor all that in? And this is where there's discussion to be had on the latest 6A1 rankings. Number 1, Bixby, we know that. Number 2, Jinx, we know that. Number 3, Broken Arrow, we know that. How about Norman at number 4 and Edmond Memorial at number 5? Owasso has played a great schedule. They are not in the top 5. Of course, you can make a great argument to have Owasso in there, but Norman and Edmond Memorial has done nothing wrong, I don't think, to make their way into the top 5.
I would have Owasso ahead of Edmond Memorial. I'd have Edmond Memorial sitting about 6. I would have Owasso probably ahead of Norman. I'd probably have Owasso 4.
And I've seen some polls out there have Owasso at number 3.
Yeah.
And so, I agree. Again, if Norman and Edmond Memorial stay undefeated and Owasso has a really, really good win, and they will, they're still a great ball club. I I wouldn't mind bumping them up. It's just right now, I don't think Norman and Memorial, they have played really, really good football, and I don't mind having them at 4 or 5, knowing I think eventually Owasso will leap them no matter, even if Norman and Edmore continue winning, I think Owasso's schedule will bump them up.
Well, and I think a lot of people might be sitting there going, well, what about Mustang? They were in your top 5 the first couple of weeks. This is for me only. We don't know what their quarterback's going to do on any given week. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. This kid has no ties to this program. He's been there for a few months. He chooses not to play last week when he could have played. I don't know. They acted like I know it's a non-district game, but it was Broken Arrow.
It's Broken Arrow. I mean, go win.
Go win the game.
Yeah.
You know,
almost did.
So I really question whether or not his heart's in it. I'm not calling him out from a character. There's a lot of reasons for that, right? This kid at December is going to Florida State, right? I mean. So you just don't know, and that's part of the reason why I wouldn't have them in there because listen, they still played Broken Arrow within a touchdown without him.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can make an argument they should still be in there, but I think they're a whole different team, obviously, when he's on the field.
Well, if you bring that graphic up, the one we said we know Broken Arrow is 3, but like I said, they almost lost to a Mustang team who didn't have a 4-star quarterback. Right. So
but I think they are clearly 3.
But I think Broken Arrow can be moved around. I don't think
5.
I think they could be 4 or 5 as well. I mean, I think Memorial's played well, and Owasso's still pretty good.
I'm just not a. And again, we're talking about high school kids, so I always want to follow this disclaimer. This isn't an attack on the Edmond Memorial kids. I just don't have enough. They haven't done it long enough with any kind of success to give me a lot of confidence.
They are really good defensively.
They are. Yeah. They are.
Really
they
good
are.
defensively.
I like them.
But I'm just saying, I need a little more history there.
Yeah, semis last year, off to a 3-0 start this year. Yep. Coach Meredith is doing a really good job with that program. You got the McCombs kid at linebacker. I really like Ed Memorial defensively. Yep. We'll see. Bo Bayouth had 3 interceptions against Evan North in that 35-18 victory there. Dallas brings up a good point. Taj Overton for Owasso was hurt.
And Ronnie, you talked about that last week. You know, when we were doing this. You know, what was it? Do you keep him or what was the deal we did? We did something last week. We had a name.
Panic or believe.
Or believe or whatever. Yeah. But and you said, hey, depending on how long is he out, maybe you should panic a little bit.
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, but back to Broken Arrow. You know, we had all 3 of us had high expectations for him. So when O'Neill kids sets out, I want to see a bigger win.
2 or 3.
I want to see a bigger win for me to be dead set on Broken Arrow, like we have been with the coach changing everything there in Broken Arrow. So I want to see a little bit bigger win there.
And I think that's also part of the reason, at least my thought process was, Coach Travis Hill, it's his 2nd game, 3rd game there, still installing the system, still getting used. Kids are still getting used to the staff, still getting used to each other, figuring it out. So I think throughout the year you might see some things that aren't really indicative of the skill set they have or where they're at. I do think at the end of the year, Broken Arrow is going to be
not taking anything from Mustang either. They had a ton of transfers come in, and so they're good.
That was my point. The transfer or move in from Pump City. He's a 3-star already. You had the Bethany stud. I got to hang out with him this summer. He played on my son's baseball team. He goes over there and has a touchdown last week against Broken Arrow. So they still got a lot of players.
They do, and that's why I hope the O'Neill kid stays and plays.
I mean, do too.
Because I think it's going to be so much better for 6A1 and for the West Side.
Yep.
Because, I mean, again, they lost by 7 points to a really good Broken Arrow team. And if he's playing, that's a completely different team.
Well, and I could be being really, when my statement is go win the game, it's a non-district game. So coaches, if he is beat up, say, hey, we're getting ready to roll into district. That's what matters. Let's say that could be the mindset too.
Absolutely.
So I'm not calling the kid's character out or anything. It plants a seed of doubt.
Yeah, but a couple of the guys last week said that he was done for the season.
Yeah, it just plants a seed of doubt.
Yeah. I mean, it's a real conversation.
Yeah, it is.
We can sugarcoat it, not bring it up, and not talk about it.
Right.
I think it's a real thing.
Right. Yeah. He's obviously a stud.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
4 incomplete passes in the first game in Oklahoma in Mustang uniform.
Yeah. No, kid's good.
I think just in me, I want to see him play.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's me thinking about me.
A little bit selfish, right?
A little selfish.
Right,
I want to see him play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially come playoff time.
Yes.
All right, let's take a look at some of the games of the week inside the state of Oklahoma. These games outside of the High School Huddle top 10 games. 5A Bishop Kelly, 1-1. They're on the road at Sand Springs. Sand Springs won this game last year 38-3. You certainly think we talk about Sand Springs playing Bixby and Owasso. There's no other teams they'll see that looks like Bixby and Owasso. So now you go out and execute what you can. And Ronnie's brought it up. Well, I don't want to be 0-2 and be beat up. And
well, I feel sorry for Bishop Kelly this week.
Yeah, a lot of frustration, and a lot of people want to see Sand Springs have some success. A lot of people think Sand Springs, and it is true. This is their best chance to win it.
Hot at the right time.
Easton Webb. I think the Tulsa World has Sand Springs at number 1 or somewhere up top there. So we'll see. 682 Bartlesville. They're looking for the first win against Collinsville, who looks to remain undefeated. The Battle of the Vills. Yeah. And to be honest with you, Collinsville needs to win this game. And I don't know much about Collinsville, so this will be they're bumping up to play 682 Bartlesville. Bartlesville still, a bottom team in 682. So this will be the first time to kind of get an idea of what Collinsville looks like in Class 5A football.
I think Collinsville wins that game.
I would agree. I would agree.
I think Sand Springs wins their game.
I agree. 682 Sapulpa, 1-1, number 5 this week. They go down to Class 4A to play Grove. Grove 2-0, good ball club this year. Once again, the Ridge Runners are. A1 Rejoice Christian 1-1 at Christian Heritage. Rejoice won both games last year. Yes, both games, regular season and postseason. So Christian Heritage trying to look for some revenge because this is the Rejoice Christian team that ended their season a year ago. So I think we might have a friend in Chatsville that will be really watching that game really, really close. 2A1 Millwood lost their game to Douglas in the Soul Bowl. They're at Heritage Hall. Millwood only 9 games this year. The first 2, they didn't play until this past week. So the first 2 weeks they were off. Tonkawa, A1 ball program going to Stroud, 2A2 Stroud. And Tony Wilson looking for a Stroud victory there. And the 2A1 Chandler Lions, they are 1-1. And this week they host 4A Clinton, who's 0-2 this year.
Yeah.
Clinton, Chandler, early thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I'd love to make Tony's night, but it's 4A against 2A, and I know Clinton's 0-2.
At home.
At home, but
I'll take the Red Tornadoes as well.
But yeah, I'm taking the Red Tornadoes.
Doesn't count on my records, which sucks anyway. So go Lions. Go Lions. All right. Speaking of records, we know Leslie went 8-2 last week. Dallas said he went 8-2 last week. Phil and Ronnie both go 8-2 as well.
I'm in the win column, Ronnie. Got a winning record.
You're above
Come
500.
on.
Let's go.
Yeah. So
4 back.
Only 1 back from Chris.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good at battling for second.
So last week, Chris lost the Lawton MacArthur game. Phil and Ronnie got both of those correct. Phil won the Metro. Chris and Ronnie lost with Cassia. Phil won with Jones. Chris and Ronnie fell with Bethany.
Yeah, bad one.
Phil lost with Blanchard. Chris and Ronnie went with Newcastle.
That was a stupid pick.
63-40.
That was a stupid
That's
pick.
a Tuesday night basketball score.
That's right.
We all won Owasso over Sand Springs. We all won Cashion over Ringling. Ronnie won the Cushing over Perkins. Phil and Chris went with Perkins, right?
Yes.
Yep. We all had Jinx over Union. That might have been the easiest pick the entire night last week. We all won closely. We all picked Broken Arrow to beat Mustang. We got that one. And we all had Sulphur beating Davis last week. So those are the overall records. Let's pull them up here as I put the other folks on here. Dallas is 24-6 on the season.
That's good.
Leslie is 19-11.
That's strong
on the season. So
it's almost good.
Well, she's better than you, Ronnie.
19-11.
What are you?
20-10.
Oh, never mind.
Tony wants to know, how does Ronnie win the picks each season?
I feel disrespected.
Especially last week, you said you didn't do any homework at all.
I feel disrespected. I mean, I've won the last 2 seasons, Tony. I mean, you act surprised.
It's not that big
but
of a deal.
But you said you didn't watch you didn't do any homework last week, and you had your best. You had 8-2. How?
Oh, I might have been fibbing a little bit on that.
Yeah, you was.
So okay, you're
Stay
doing,
in your lane.
You're pulling a fool. You're pulling a Phil.
That's right. Stay in your lane.
Yeah. Oh. If you would have gone 3-7, I told you I didn't watch any of the games.
Well, I mean,
that is Phil 101.
I was in the casino business for a long time, and when you're in the casino business, you learn to hedge your bet, Chris.
That's Phil Economics 101.
I'm going 9-1 at least this week.
Yeah, we hear that every week.
At least.
All right, here we go.
I didn't even look at top 10. Who's our top 10?
Up.
Tony, T-Fred, Tony, it's just luck with Ronnie. T-Fred knows all about luck right now with his Irish.
T-Fred,
that's all they got.
You want to talk about luck, T-Fred?
Deer Creek, unlucky. Bishop Lynch, unlucky.
Yeah.
Bishop Kelly, kind of did it to
Unlucky.
themselves. But
Well, unlucky.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Top 10 games of the week. We are presented by Red River Roofing. Game number 10 will feature the Davis Wolves taking on Plainview. 2A2, Davis 1-1. Class 3A, Plainview, they're 2-0. Plainview won this game 23-13. Remember, Davis couldn't win a game until it mattered last year. They are
You
the
rode
state
them hard last
absolutely.
year.
Of course, Davis lost to Sulphur 34-14. Quarterback Dax Owens, he's a junior. Davis has that option attack. It's something you have to really get ready for. Plainview's got a couple of great athletes in Jaden Smith. He's a wide receiver DB. Dominique Corsi, a junior. And Plainview's head coach Scott Prate in his first season for Plainview down in Ardmore. All right, Ronnie, you are on the clock with the pick number 1. You have the box once again this week, and I can let you know ahead of time that Dallas is going Davis, Leslie is going with Plainview, Tony going with Plainview as well. Those are the early ones in here so far.
Man, Plainview, good ball club.
Good
Davis,
ball club.
Man, they get lucky. I mean, they're lucky group. The Davis Bulldogs are. Yeah. Give me the Davis. I'll take the Bulldogs. I mean,
Wolves.
the Wolves. Wolves. Thinking Sulphur. Davis. Give me Davis.
Yes, Davis is done with Sulphur.
Yeah. yeah. After that, but
Riverview.
Yeah.
Got to go.
They're going to come out and play good.
Fred goes with Plainview. Kenny goes with Plainview. Phil?
Oh, Davis.
Davis bumping up.
Picking my spots.
I agree. I'm going to go with Davis. I think, obviously, coming off a loss, I think they'd be ready to go anyway. But I like Davis in this one. I still trying to find something about Plainview. So we'll know a lot about Plainview after this week as well.
Yeah,
so, all right, Kelly Davis go with Plainview in there as well. You like the new graphic?
I do. It's nice.
We added the mascot on the name. That's all. Yeah. All right. Game number 9. It is the Moore Lions taking on Norman North. Moore 2-0. Norman North 1-1. They got in the win column last week. Moore, they are the city champs, 66-33 in those two games with Southmore and Westmore. Moore senior quarterback Maverick Gardner. We talked about him at the beginning. I just want to say his name one more time.
Great name.
Great name. It sounds like a Top Gun name.
I'm kind of mad at my parents.
What's your Falcon? Falcon.
Well, that's my alter ego. Falcon.
Norman North's wide receiver Mason James, tight end Ben Kohler. Kohler's kind of go with Norman North, and they got a good running back in Byron Mason. That is for Norman North. Falcon, you're up first with tonight's pick.
You know what? I'm gonna ride with the Moore Lions on this.
Good one, Phil. I will go opposite. I will go with Norman North. This is a anybody's game, really, to be honest with you. This is you can't go wrong with either one of this. I do like Norman North at home. They have some success last week after Norman beat them in the first game of the season, but I like Norman North in a close one.
Is there home field advantage in high school football?
Well, a lot of people say Guthrie has a 21-point lead before the game even starts.
Well, Guthrie obviously had disadvantage at home field. They had a kick field goal with lights off.
That's true.
Valid.
I mean, there's no
like that.
Norman North. Tony, real quick. Tony goes with Norman North. Kenny Moore, Dallas Norman North, and Leslie Moore. So everybody's 50-50 on this one.
It's a pick 'em.
Yeah, it is.
High school.
Oh, I did. I did.
Okay.
I did.
All right.
So
I was on the phone. I missed it.
You weren't paying attention more. You're paying attention
that's
to
right.
Norman North.
That's right.
Okay, that makes sense. Sometimes it comes down to things like that.
That's right.
Simple things.
Simple things in life. And that's more of a Phil lane again.
Well, absolutely. You stay in his lane.
All right. Game number 8 in the state of Oklahoma. It is for the final time until playoff time. Elgin Owls. We won't talk about you again. You will blow through your schedule.
Yes.
I will.
Every week.
We'll talk about them. But
Well,
as
when
far
we
as
do rankings.
top 10 games,
That's right.
I think
That's right.
I think they might be done.
It's a wrap. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I told Coach White that too.
Elgin.
We'll talk to you in playoffs.
Yeah, and we'll have Coach White on the show here.
That's right.
Here in a few weeks. Elgin 2-0 at. Might be a good week to talk to him next week, maybe. Newcastle 2-1. Elgin won this game 56-14. Leslie, Kelly, T. Fred, and Dallas. I haven't told you the information yet. They already got Elgin.
Well, it's because they know.
Elgin, they're coming off a bye week. They had time to sit around and watch Happy Days.
And get better.
They have wins over MacArthur and Dallas Hillcrest. They've won 89-21. Elgin, 16-game win streak.
Building.
I think it's going to get up to 27.
It's going to get up to 28.
I think the last test after this week for Elgin might be Weatherford. That's a big stretch.
That's a stretch.
That's a stretch.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell Coach Chalmer that every week's a challenge.
Oh, absolutely. Kenny's going to Elgin by 30. Tony goes Owls, high-scoring game. Well, here we go. Here's Newcastle. They beat Bartlesville 51-34. That's bumping up to 6A2. Did lose the total 35-7. And then last week they scored. They were 10 of 12 from the three-point line and beat Blanchard 63-40. How about Newcastle's? Real quick, Newcastle's schedule: Bartlesville, Tuttle, Blanchard, Elgin, Duncan, Midwest City, MacArthur, and Bishop McGuinness.
Pretty strong.
How about that schedule?
Pretty strong.
Yeah.
Pretty strong.
All right. With that, I think Elgin will win the game and will hold on to the number 2 spot in my top 10 rankings. We'll go ahead and put these in.
Yeah. We go.
Ronnie's the mayor.
Elgin by $1 million.
All right, Elgin, all the way across the board. Made us wait for our calls for 45 minutes.
No idea what he's talking
Elgin has a cashing connection with Coach Cochran.
Oh yeah,
did not know that.
I saw that on Facebook. Yeah.
Okay, very cool. All right, game number 7. The Indians of Pecola High School. I was in eastern Oklahoma, and I had to go through Pecola to check out the facilities, see the football field where they score 72 points a game on there. I got to see the pitcher, what's her name? I'm drawing a blank. Alyssa Brewer. That's the basketball player. Alyssa Parker.
Ask Hunter.
Pecola's 2-0. They're Class A1. They're bumping up against 2A2 Vian, 1-1. Vian won this game. I got some great information on here.
Oh, okay.
You guys have no idea who's going to win the game, but my information.
Well, you could persuade me.
I could persuade you.
I have my pick right now, but you could persuade me. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Just without hearing the info, who do you have right now?
I'm not telling you. It's not time to pick them. We've never done that before on the show. Don't start changing stuff.
He does that all the time.
Okay. Vian won last year 67-34.
Yeah. It's a new year.
Okay, here's some other information. Okay. Vian lost to 2A1 Kiefer. Remember, Kiefer scored those 22 unanswered points. So Dallas is going Vian. Tony is going Vian. Kelly's going Vian. Okay. Vian running back, DB, Mason Wright. Of course, Keanu Wright has the Wrights have won a lot of games in Vian. Yeah. Pecola, their junior quarterback, Posey, the Posey kid. Right now, Pecola's averaging 57 points a ball game.
Pretty good.
Vian's run game versus Pecola's passing game. That's what it comes down to. Here we go. Listen to this fact, guys. Pecola has never beaten Vian. 0-25.
Wow.
Pecola total points in those games, 105 points. That's 4.2 points a game.
Safety a game.
So not only are they 0-25, in those 25 games they scored 0 points 17 times.
Wow.
Kenny, you can retract that if you want to.
Nope, those are final in Chatsville. Pecola at Vian. Boy, what a pick this would be if Pecola and that offense.
Would be. I have a lot of history of Pecola, guys. You might not know about
baseball.
No.
I visit that place. This week.
I mean, if it wasn't for me, Pecola wouldn't have any kind of table games whatsoever. It was me who put that into that casino.
You brought the sin to that community.
I brought those games. I trained those supervisors, those managers, those people,
the lead centers
on how to deal those games. That was all me. If it wasn't for me, Pecola wouldn't have such a great entertainment area.
That's why I don't go to casinos.
That's why I'm picking Vian. Vian by $1 million.
Vian by $1 million.
You're welcome, Pecola.
Phil?
Well, I really want to pick Pecola.
Ooh, you should.
That would be the pick.
That would be a huge pick.
We can't keep you quiet anyway.
Right.
But if you were to pick that and they were to win, it would.
Let's give him +5 victories too.
I think he would. I think he would. Shirt on or off next week if he does that.
Off.
Give me Vian.
You're going Vian?
Yeah, Vian.
Okay. Phil's going Vian. I got to tell you what. I went to that casino this summer that Ronnie brought in.
The Den of Sin?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I got to see my favorite country music artist of all time, Tracy
Tom
Lawrence,
T. Hall.
at Picola. And I had the best seats I will ever have, unless I'm on stage with Tracy Lawrence. It will be the night. It was the third concert in 3 nights.
What was the size of this room, Chris?
I don't care. I literally could touch Tracy Lawrence if I wanted to. We took a picture. He did give me a little bro hug. It was one of the best nights
of his life,
of my life, with Tracy Lawrence in Picola, Oklahoma. Salute to you, 57 points. I think you have a fighting chance this year to win a state championship.
Oh, here it comes.
But not this week. Oh. It hurts me so much. I want Picola to win so much. Picola means so close to me. You had the best softball player in the state for the last 3-4 years.
God, Chris, you can change your mind real quick.
No, I can't. I got to go with Vian. Picola.
So Kenny is the only brave soul out of all of us.
Dallas. Tom T. Hall is the GOAT.
He is the GOAT.
Well, I'm just go ahead and retract that statement right there.
That's not right. And start censoring people.
You're right. That's right.
All right.
Wait a second. T-Fred come in with a late pick.
Tony's calling me a wimp. I've been called worse during commercial break.
That's right.
T-Fred going with Picola.
There you go.
All right, game number 5. It is the Piedmont Wildcats bumping up in their schedule this week as they go on the 6A1 Norman Tigers. Piedmont 2-0. They have not given up a point all season long. They are 87-0 on the scoreboard against Midwest City and El Reno. Midwest City, did get their victory last week over Putnam City West, who will go 0-10 if they have 10 opponents this season. Norman, wide receiver, DB, we talked about him in the victory over Norman North. Crew Knowles, he had a huge game in that one. It is Piedmont bumping up, again, Midwest City to El Reno, now to Norman, who's in the top 5 of the High School Huddle rankings.
Yeah, give me Norman.
Phil, you always get the tough ones.
Every time. Give me Norman.
What do you don't like about Piedmont? They haven't given up a point
Everything.
this year.
Give me Norman.
They haven't given up a point this year, Phil.
I don't care.
The
Give me
defense, when's the last time Norman saw the flex bone?
Why do I always get critiqued with my picks? I said Norman.
You think Norman is going to be ready for that run game?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't, Norman, this is the first time to practice against it, I bet.
I bet.
Probably.
They're going to, I think they're going to be surprised. It's going to take them a while to get used to it, I think.
Change your mind, Phil.
They're going to get adjusted to it.
Better chance of me growing hair, Ronnie.
Dallas is going Piedmont.
Oh, well, he's lost.
Leslie
So's
Norman.
Tony.
Kenny Norman. Kelly Norman. Tony Wilson Piedmont. Yeah. I think it's just opposite of you, Phil.
Yeah.
Well, Tony doesn't like me.
I will go with Norman. I think it'll be closer than expected.
It'll be a close game.
I think closer than expected.
Yeah.
Ronnie?
Norman High School is another school that I drove by today, right there off Main Street.
How are they looking?
They look good. I mean, the orange and black was flying. It looked good. Baseball field looked awesome. Give me Norman. Give me the Tigers.
There you go.
Tigers.
Go Tigers.
If you need pest control service as well. Norman.
Mosquito Authority, a proud sponsor.
That's right. Proud sponsor.
That's right.
Absolutely. So if you have mosquitoes or pests or termites, 405-916-0471 or bugsbite.com.
That's right.
All right. Game number 5. Do you have services in Chandler, Oklahoma?
No.
Okay.
How about Piedmont?
No.
There you go.
All right. Game number 5. It is A2 Hominy at A1 Pawnee. Pawnee coming off a loss last week to Tony's. I can't even say it with a straight face. Pawnee lost to Stroud, 42-34, I believe they will score. Both teams coming off losses. I just mentioned that. Hominy coming off the loss to Pawhuska. Nothing wrong with those 2 losses. They'll definitely make them better. Hominy quarterback Blaine Hipp, total 362 yards, 6 touchdowns, in a 43-32 victory over last year against Pawnee. Hominy won, as I mentioned, 43-32. Pawnee running back, Kel McPeak, we got to see him grow up in our town. 290 yards, 4 touchdowns in the 14 victory over Woodland to begin the season. We saw him in the state, get to the state finals in the wrestling state championship.
Just a stud.
Yeah.
He wrestled that grown man with a beard and a mustache.
Gosh, certainly did.
He looked like he was 37 years old.
Going to OSU, if I remember.
Yeah, he's at OSU.
He's to be an All-American his freshman year.
Yeah, he's at OSU right now.
T-Fred Pawnee, T-Dub goes with the Bucks of Hominy, Kenny Pawnee, Dallas Pawnee. Leslie goes with Pawnee. This game is indeed at Pawnee this week. Ronnie?
Chris?
That's you.
Oh, it's me. My bad. Yeah, this is a good one. I will go with the home team, the Black Bears of Pawnee. This is another game that really can go either way. I'm 6-4 every single week, so this might be one of them that I might lose. So I'm going with the Black Bears.
Well, it's red on the screen.
Well, there's black tint.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Chris, I'll go down with you as well. Give me the Black Bears.
I'm looking to make a game back here. Give me the Black Bears.
Pawnee. Pawnee, looking for that to populate. So Tony is the only one going with Hominy. Boy, come on, Pawnee. We will never hear the end of this one on this one here. So come on, computer, internet. You got to go up to the moon where we've landed once before.
Never been there.
See, as soon as I mentioned landing on the moon, boom, there they are.
Never been there.
All right. Game number 4. It is the Woodland Cougars taking on Pawhuska. A2 Woodland, A1 Pawhuska. Woodland 1-1, Pawhuska 3-0. Woodland won this game a year ago, 46-8. Pawhuska, much better ball club this year, especially offensively. Woodland, Justin Terry, wide receiver, 8 catches, 174 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also was 2 of 2 passing for 34 yards. Several tackles on the year. And he had 2 touchdowns against Pawhuska. Pawhuska quarterback Kane Foreman, 51-65 for 773 yards and 3 touchdowns against Hominy last week. Was 355 yards and 5 touchdowns. Woodland, as I mentioned, won this in 24, 46-8. In 23, they won it 38-22. They lead the overall series 5-4. Pawhuska, 56 points per game for Coach Matt Hennessy. And this was going to be a good one. This one is at Pawhuska as well, up north.
Give me the Cougs. Woodland.
Ronnie goes with
Woodland, really?
That's right.
Not Woodward, Woodland.
Woodland.
That's right. Go Cougs.
Yeah, I'm going to take Pawhuska in this ball game.
Phil goes with
High-powered offense, getting her done.
I know Coach Hennessy. He's a cousin of a close friend. You know he will have those cowboy boots on and ready to go. Kelly Davis, Pawhuska, Sports Illustrated #1 A1 team with the dub. Woodland for Tony.
Oh, crap. Woodland? Tony picked Woodland?
Yeah, you're screwed.
Oh, man.
Leslie Pawhuska, Dallas Pawhuska, Kenny Pawhuska, T-Fred Pawhuska.
That's a lot of points to make up over a year, boys.
That is a lot of points, but I think this year Pawhuska has the offense to do that. I think they have that sour taste in their mouth. I think Coach Hennessy might want it more than anybody inside that stadium. Yeah. I will go with Pawhuska in a good game.
Yeah.
Game number 3 featuring the Blanchard Lions coming into Gelsma Stadium to take on the Guthrie Blue Jays. Both teams are 1-1 on the season. Oh, lost my card here. It is quarterback Noah Smith. He's a junior, and he slings it. 496 yards, 6 touchdowns against Newcastle. That's not season numbers. That's 496 yards against Newcastle. Last year against Guthrie, he was 10 of 24 for 234 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's got a great senior wide receiver in Cole Watkins. Blanchard with the new first-year head coach Lance Manning. Good to see Coach Lance Manning back into the high school coaching ranks. Duncan tried to mimic Tuttle. Duncan watched game film against Tuttle. Blanchard, watched game film against Tuttle, against Guthrie. Guthrie Tuttle game film. And Duncan just didn't have the firepower as Cruz Campbell and the Tigers. Blanchard does have a quarterback that can throw the football. They do have a good wide receiver. Guthrie I think will try to get to the quarterback. I think they will have a better chance of getting to the quarterback. I think the offensive line, defensive line will be an advantage for Guthrie this week. I think they have to get to the quarterback. But we saw multiple guys run the football well for Guthrie last week in their victory over Duncan. A couple of big wide receivers made some big plays as well. A little bit more of Guthrie than we saw against the Tuttle Tigers, and Tuttle's going to do that to a lot of teams. So this will be a fun game. Blanchard and Guthrie, second meeting ever between these two teams. Be the first time we see those Blanchard line helmets inside Gelsma Stadium. So it should be a great, well-attended ball game as well. Blanchard at Guthrie.
Yeah. I mean, Blanchard, is it you or me?
It's me.
Oh, is it Ronnie?
Pretty sure.
3, 2, 1. No, Ronnie.
No, it's me.
Yeah, it's Phil. You just went Woodland
last
first.
pick.
Oh, I picked Woodland?
Yeah, you picked Woodland.
Thank goodness.
Apologize?
Oh, thank gosh.
You thank God. Yeah, I know.
T. Fred goes with Blanchard.
Yeah, of
Well,
course.
he did it before you even start talking.
Yeah, before you even talk.
How do you know his number 3?
Oh, T. Fred knows.
T-Fred knows.
Oh, he had Guthrie. No, here's what T. Fred. He had Guthrie waiting to hit enter. Or he
Oh,
had
Blanchard,
Blanchard.
he's just ready for
He's
it.
got whoever's playing Guthrie
Yeah.
ready.
Boom.
He's still bitter about that 4 and 6 pick.
Yeah, he is.
Guthrie, Dallas. Kelly Davis, Guthrie. Tony Wilson, go Lions. That's for ragging on my lines earlier. Yeah, we deserve that. Leslie goes Guthrie, and Kenny goes, give me the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Phil, you're up.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Blue Jays. You know,
Homer.
I'm a homer. Blanchard gave up a ton of points last week. You know, I don't think, I mean, they're going to win a lot of football games, but I just think the Blue Jays got some things corrected last week. I think we're going to continue to see, and this is a big difference, right? Yeah, they watched Guthrie game film. Difference is Tuttle's got 5 kids that Cruz Campbell can throw the ball to. Blanchard's got 1 standout kid that he can throw the ball to. And I think, and Kelly Beebe, they will account for that guy. I think Blue Jays win this in a good ball game.
Yeah, I think it'll be a fun game inside the Rock as well. I would go with Guthrie as well. I kind of talked about some of the things that to look for in that one. Blanchard, again, a good team, probably down just a little bit from last year, but still a top 10 team in Class 4A football and a very competitive 4A program. So Blanchard, they can come in and give Guthrie a lot of headaches. There's no doubt about that.
No doubt.
Well, I think we saw Guthrie last week. First play of the game, Duncan goes down and scores on a 75-yard touchdown pass. Somebody was unaccounted for and things. So, again, Guthrie, not perfect last week, but a big improvement from against total game. So I look for them to continue to get better because I know Blue Jays are not where they want to be, anywhere close where they want to be right now going into district play. But I think this is a very, very important game for the Blue Jays, and I think Coach Beebe knows that, and I think he's going to have them prepared. So give me the Blue Jays.
They had a year to think about that loss to
Yeah,
Blanchard.
sure did.
Both by that game last year, both teams didn't play very good.
Yeah,
There was
no.
117 turnovers. in that game.
Yeah.
It was nasty.
Crazy.
It was not a pretty game. All right, game number 2 in the state of Oklahoma. It is the Choctaw Yellow Jackets visiting the Bixby Spartans. You're like, what's this top 10 game? It is two teams that are defending state champions.
Correct.
I mean, you got to give them the respect
Gotta
for
give them
what
some
they
respect,
are. So 6A2 Choctaw at 6A1 Bixby. Choctaw 1-1. Of course, Bixby 2-0. Bixby won this game last year 55-27. Choctaw's first game against an Oklahoma school.
Yeah.
They played Lubbock Monterey in the first game. Then they went to Hayes last week in a loss there. Bixby beat Owasso 49-21, beat Sand Springs 56-7. Quarterback Carson Kirby, 34 of 47, 456 yards and 4 touchdowns. Landon Gatson, we saw him have a fantastic state championship game a year ago. He is definitely a run threat pass that Bixby will have to account for. It is the 6A1 defending state champions taking on the 6A2 defending state champions up in Green Country.
Yep.
Well, Chris, I mean, you gave yourself the easiest one.
We all have to pick. I don't get that. We all have to pick the same game.
We don't have to spend a lot of time on this. We don't want to.
Okay. Well, I think Bixby will win this one. I think they can.
You think?
I think they
You
can
think pull it out?
I think their defense will be ready to go.
Think they're going to get
Yeah,
okay? If it's all about mindset.
I think did Bixby have a bye week? Or was that Sand Springs game last week?
They played last week, yeah.
Okay, they played last week. I can't remember. So
Well, no, Sand Springs was week before. Played
okay,
Owasso
so they had a.
So congratulations, they had an extra week prepared for you, Choctaw.
Yeah. Ronnie's doing some research real quick.
Yeah, check on some stats.
I got Bixby, no doubt.
Go ahead, Chris.
Choctaw?
Stop.
Bixby across the board. Tony's got Bixby by 33.5. He set the line at 33.5. That's maybe
I'll take the over.
Take the over?
Yeah, I'll take the over. I'll give Choctaw 33.5.
Yeah, I would too in this.
What was the score last year? 55-27. It was only 28.
It was a down year for
these
Bixby
games. Also matter on how long do the Bixby starters play.
I will take the under.
Okay.
I will take the under on that.
So by 29.
No, I think it can be like I don't know. Yeah.
Bixby's going to win.
Well, Bixby's got Jinx the following week, so I'll take the under.
District championship on the line next
Bixby's
week.
going to win.
All right. And the game of the week in the state of Oklahoma, going into the final non-district portion of the schedule, It is the 6A2 Stillwater Pioneers taking on the Class 5A Carl Albert Titans. Both teams in their respective class ranked number 1 in the latest High School Huddle rankings. Stillwater offensive line, defensive line are good. By the way, Carl Albert won this game last year 30-0. And yes, Stillwater beat Union last year. And Carl Albert said, okay, whatever, and beat them 30-0. Stillwater beat Union again this year. What will happen this week with Carl Albert? Carl Albert has outscored Midwest City and Ike 98-8. Stillwater have outscored their opponents, Union and Enid, 110-15. Something's got to give. Carl Albert's has the longest current win streak in the state, 41 games. Last time they lost, guys? Last time Carl Albert.
Coweta.
No, Collinsville.
They did lose to Coweta, but
Is Collinsville the week after they lost to?
they beat Coweta, or lost to Coweta. Lost their quarterback.
Yep, sure did.
Beat somebody, and then they played
Stillwater. Muskogee?
Muskogee.
That's right.
Oh, is
Muskogee.
that right?
That's right. Muskogee beat them.
2022 is the
That's right.
last team to beat Carl Albert.
Yep.
Carl
6A2 team.
Yeah. Yep. Carl Albert running back, Elijah Matthews, 28 carries, 365 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Stillwater running back, Jaden Adams, 35 carries, 359 yards, 3 touchdowns, 258 of those against Union. I certainly don't think he played a whole lot against Enid. Coach Dunn earlier talked about his quarterback, Anderson Collier. His dad's the district athletic director, 206 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Stillwater's quarterback, Taptoe, I believe is his name, 317 passing yards, 5 touchdowns. Carl Albert's got LeBron Royal, 4 sacks. Darion Thomas, 20 tackles already. Stillwater has the wide receivers that Coach Dunn talked about, and David Thomas and Deacon Jones. 18 catches, 313 yards, and 3 touchdowns between those two in their victory. So, mentioned earlier, Washington lost their 45-game winning streak in Week 1. Tipton lost their 43-game winning streak in Week 2. This week, Carl Albert trying to eliminate that trend. We appreciate Coach Mike Dunn coming on the show. Had a great conversation with him.
Such a good guy.
He's going for 4 state championships in a row. Man. Ronnie, you're on the clock.
Well, I got to say, it was so great to talk to Coach Dunn earlier today, just about the traditions and the culture and the programs that they have down there.
So you had great questions for him, too.
Thank you. I did. I think I did a good job.
This is where you wait for the comma conjunction. Yeah.
How do you pick against the Carl Albert Titans?
I don't know.
I don't know how you would.
You'd be crazy to do that.
An idiot.
You're absolute nuts.
Some people would say a fool.
I mean, that is the standard in 5A. That's the absolute standard.
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot my shot, boys.
Okay, go ahead.
Give me Stillwater. Give me the Pioneers to take down the streak, and hopefully Coach Dunn will come back on the show.
He will. Trust me, he will. You fools. You picked Collinsville. Oh, no, that was me. Phil?
I don't want to pick this game.
Well, let me help you out. Tony says streaks are meant to be broken, but not this week. Carl Albert gets it done. Kelly goes with Carl Albert. Yeah. Kenny, Leslie, Dallas, Stillwater. T-Fred goes with Carl Albert. T-Fred's a 5A homer, though.
Yeah, he is a 5A homer.
You know, we talked to Coach Dunn earlier. We talked about that group, those great defensive linemen. Mm-hmm. I mean,
be full to pick against them.
It'd be a fool to pick against them. In our preseason picks, I said Carl Albert would win a state title again
in August. In August,
I said that they'd win another 5A state championship. You guys remember that?
I remember well.
I also said they wouldn't go undefeated.
You did.
I said they would lose this game to Stillwater.
You did.
I still believe that. Give me Stillwater.
Stillwater Pioneers for Phil Nichols. I almost put Stillwell in there for you, Phil.
But don't do that.
Dallas says Carl Albert is the standard in 5A. Likely Stillwater isn't 5A.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Good point.
That's a good point.
Well, I could tell you right now, Carl Albert could have won 6A2 easy last year.
Yeah. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. There's no doubt with that one. Okay. Back to the preview show. If you go back and watch the preview, I had Carl Albert going 9-1. Now we can change our mind, like we talked about.
Anytime you want.
That's right.
I picked Stillwater ahead. This is the year for Stillwater to get back to the state championship game and win a state championship.
You did.
And I think it comes down to them in Choctaw 6A2. I agree. I think that's what it is. And then in 5A, it's Carl Albert and somebody else. I don't know who's going to be that team.
Right.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't know. Luckily, I'm friends with Coach Dunn.
You are.
Oh, boy.
Coach Kaywood does a fantastic job at Stillwater.
Are you friends with him?
Maybe he'll come on and talk to us next week.
I think we'll have Coach. I don't know if it's next week, but we will have Coach Kaywood.
If they win, he'll come on.
Yeah, I'm just sure he'd be glad to come on. We're going to have him on, win or lose, sometime this season. We got to get Coach Kaywood on here. But I think I went with Stillwater in August.
Yeah.
I will go with them in September.
Yeah.
I've gone against Carl Albert once last year
and paid for
it. So Carl Albert has me exactly where they want him.
This is the only time all season long I have an opportunity to pick against Carl Albert. In all honesty,
it really is.
It really is, in my opinion. So why not?
Yeah.
Why not to see if I can pull one out of the hat?
I know last year, I believe we both picked Carl Albert to beat Stillwater.
Yep.
I don't. Did you? As well?
I'm pretty sure.
I think we were 3-0 across the board.
So it looked exactly like this last year.
But this version of Carl Albert, and Coach alluded to this. You know, they've came back to the field a little bit. Yeah, I mean, you
lost 3 players to OU.
Yeah, you can't graduate 3 kids that are now sitting in Norman.
So 7 guys in the backfield of defense. This can be their first real test. So I mean
yeah. I mean,
and Stillwater's been tested with Union. I mean, they've seen athletes.
It's still Union.
So
it's still
Union. Exactly.
I just think that. I think it's going to be a great ball game. If at the end of the night we find out Carl Albert beat him, I wouldn't be shocked. I just think Stillwater's going to have too much.
Tony's like, what the what? Is this at Carl Albert? It is at Carl Albert as well.
Home field doesn't matter, Tony.
High school?
I don't think it does.
Again, lights are out in that picture.
I know.
Thank you, Brett.
Yep. Big thank you to Brett Tennyson for this week's photo. If you have a photo that you want to have on here, I can tell you we have a leader in the clubhouse right now for next week. So bring it. So we'll see if he can make it on the show next week. So, okay, that'll do it here on the High School Huddle presented by Red River Roofing. A big thank you to Coach Mike Dunn of the Carl Albert Titans coming on the show. We'll have him on again a little bit later on in the season.
Hopefully before the state championship game.
Yeah, and so so we appreciate him coming on. Appreciate everybody in Chatsville as well with all the great comments and all the predictions. Had another fun show. We are going to exit stage left. We will have the Coach Dunn show uploaded a little bit later on this week for everyone to go back and watch that again. Of course, you can rewind here on YouTube and watch it in the show as well. Best of luck to all the teams, your team this week. It should be a fun week of high school football. And then last week, then we begin district play, the games that truly, truly matter. Yep. And no matter what, Carl Albert will be better whether they win or lose against Stillwater this week. So big thank you to everybody for checking us out. We'll do it again next week here on the High School Huddle.